morning, people. We are halfway through the month. It is Monday, the 15th of January. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And as always, you are hosted by some of the best people in the industry. Let's introduce ourselves.
It's your boy, 6 foot plus of pure temptation, Big Mars from the east side of the bridge. Good morning, people.
As always, the one you love to hate, your favorite shade queen, my own royalty.
It's your girl, Justine, back on the scene, representing
right.
the fitness queens. How you mean. Ow.
Period. How are you, girl? Your traveling self.
I'm over it.
Well,
I'm over it.
You found your way back home, yeah?
What'd you say?
I said you found your way back home, yeah?
Oh, I was ready to come home a very long time ago. I'm going to give you a brief summary of how I got dragged by my pant, but I can't go into too much detail.
Aye.
But basically, I got defrauded for like 14k. Not cedis, pounds.
Sorry?
Brother. My experience it's nuts because it's not even sorted. That's what's even making me annoyed. I don't even have a number. You can't even call me right now. Anyway, so basically, on one of the nights out, my phone disappeared, yeah. And I'm gonna say this, that whoever is part of this operation has to be Nigerian because I didn't know Ghanaians had it in them. I did not know.
I literally have no comment because
Esther,
that is very plausible.
Because the behaviour is that of a Nigerian.
It's more likely than not.
Than a Ghanaian. Let me explain why.
Yikes.
Because how have you bypassed security on an iPhone, first and foremost?
What does Apple Pay?
My phone's always locked, right? So my phone is locked and then obviously it's gone. Get home now, I do the find my phone. Luckily for me, whenever I travel, I've got two phones in it. So I always take one of my old dead ones and put my Ghana SIM in it. Mm-hmm. So that's the phone that I've got. And I'm like, of all the things you lot could have, like, why?
You could have, yeah.
Whatever, cool. So I've done find my, and I can see that this thing's moving. I said, okay, cool, whatever. So next day now, I call my insurance company and report it, whatever. I go on to Apple and I do the thing where you like report it as lost or whatever and find my. However, obviously I've done this in the evening and I've not paid attention to anything. So we've gone out. Obviously I've given too many hours basically to lock it, right? But you know when it's like...
You know they can do all of this in an hour. Huh? A Nigerian person can do all of this in an hour.
No, let me explain to you what they did. So you're not thinking anything of it. So I've now gone to we've gone out to dinner.
And that's why you're in Ghana, by the way?
Yeah. Okay. And I've gone out to pay. I've gone to pay for something and it keeps rejecting. I'm thinking, I got money in my account. What's going on? Yeah, but obviously, I'm using my actual card.
Oh, okay.
So when I go into my online banking, I'm just seeing bare transactions. So when I'm overseas, in Ghana we have something called mobile money. I don't know if you guys have it in Nigeria, but we call it Momo. So it's like PayPal, I guess, or like a payment system where you send money to someone's phone, but it's a means of payment, like everybody uses it.
Yeah.
Everybody, do you know what I mean? And it's very convenient, it's quite quick. So because they don't do contactless in Ghana, and obviously if you don't, my card's international, so I'd get charged. So I always just do it via Momo. So there's like different apps that you can use that are all like FCA registered, like they're legit above board, do you get what I mean? That I use when I'm out there to transfer money. So obviously, those are the apps that they've been using to send money from my stuff to like people in Ghana. So when I've gone into my app, I've seen that they've made transactions, like 3 transactions in that day to like a certain person, and they've taken like $1,500, right? So I'm vexed, pissed off, cool, whatever. Call Barclays, report it. They're like, all right, cool, fine, block the card, whatever. So in my head, you know when it's like, I'm not thinking like long term. I'm just thinking, okay, cool, this is sorted, yeah. And I'm not registering what's happening, what's on my phone, if that makes sense. Like, because to me, I'm like, the phone's blocked. So how are you not even able to do this stuff? Like, you shouldn't even be able to access the other stuff in my phone. My phone is blocked, right? But clearly, it's either you've cloned my keychain or you've done something because none of this is making sense, yeah? So then 2 days later, we're out again. And obviously now I'm kind of strapped for how I can like use money and stuff in it. But we go out, it's the day of DLT, and I've got my credit card on me. And something tells me to check my credit card balance. I think I got an email. You know when it's like, your statement's due or whatever. So I got an email and I thought, let me check my credit card balance. I went into the app, yeah. You know when I saw pending transactions, £10,000, my mouth I screamed in the club. Like literally screamed in the club and I was like, you're joking.
That's mad.
Call Barclay card now and they're like, basically I have to wait till it clears first before I can report it as fraud because it's a pending transaction. So, and this is a Saturday, so
it's the same Barclays that do your debit, that does your credit.
Yeah, but it's two completely. Barclay card and Barclays are not the same. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
So they're two completely different.
Oh damn.
As much as it's the same company,
you have to call them separately as well.
So when I call them now, they're just like, yeah. So one transaction was £4,000. Another transaction.
Where was this person going?
Listen, but the thing is, the money's gone. Like it's gone, and they were like. And I was like, what I find really interesting though, yeah, is usually I was like, I don't use my credit card like that, right? Maximum I ever even spend on it is like my balance is like £400.
Yeah.
So for me to go from £400 to this massive amount in the space of 24 hours, didn't you lot flag it? They were like, yeah, but if you don't have your phone and the person has your phone, when we're texting your phone,
they're saying yes
to verify whether these payments are going through. They're saying yes, and I'm like, how the fuck is this happening? Like, I don't get it. So then,
sorry. Don't you have like the Face ID verification?
No, I don't have Face ID on my phone.
Oh.
I've got a passcode, but I don't have Face ID. So my sister was like, that's why. But anyway, so that's that now. So I'm thinking this is the end, right? Because I've blocked it.
Surely can't get worse than this.
No, because it does. Then the next day, I
can't believe it,
No,
Brent.
then the next day, the thing is, Brent was kind of in the loop though. Like I was missing him.
I didn't know it was that deep.
Oh, you didn't? Yeah, because can I be honest? It got to a point where I just stopped talking about it, and I just,
I would have stopped talking from the first one.
So then, after that, then I get my phone bill, like your phone bill, your new phone bill balances, whatever.
I don't want to hear that they're calling their relatives. I can't.
No, so I open that, and then my phone bill's £180, and I'm like, how's my phone bill £180? Because they turned on my data. Obviously, I'm in Ghana, innit? So I'm there, I've turned off my roaming. They've turned it on, run up my bill to £180.
How did they break into the phone like this?
I don't have a clue. So then I've called O2. O2 at first are like, oh, well, you didn't tell us within 24 hours. I told them the day after, so it was like 48 hours. And I was like, bro, I'm in Ghana, I'm in Africa. I was like, do you know how I've called you right now? I said, I've called you from Skype. I said, I've had to go on the internet to figure out how to call you because I'm not calling you from a Ghana SIM because that will burn up my credit in less than a second. I said, so I've had to find means to try and figure out a way to call you lot, and you're coming to tell me because I didn't. I was like, I'm not paying that bill. I'm telling you for right now today, I'm not paying that phone bill. So figure it out. So then that was that, and then at this point, I'm like, okay, cool. You know what? It's done now. We're in a new year. Like New Year's come, this has been put to bed. But no, it hasn't because then again. At this point, I'm paranoid, isn't it? So I'm checking my thing every single day. I check again, and now I'm in overdraft for like £1,000. And I'm like, how's this happened? And it's done by PayPal. So I called Barclays, and then they're like...
working hard.
They were like, oh, a direct debit has been set on your account. And I was like, no, it can't be. I was like, I haven't set up a direct debit. They're like, well, you clearly have because this PayPal transaction is a direct debit. Arguing with the woman, she's adamant it's a direct debit. So
but didn't you call them a few days ago to say that your card...
And I said that to her. I was like, but you don't know that something's going off. So make it make sense. So she's like, you're gonna have to speak to PayPal. I'll call PayPal now. These that have changed my PayPal login details. Like they can't even find my email address. I don't know what they've done, but it's just, it took ages for us to figure it out. And then they were like, basically what they did was, on PayPal, you can have a card and a bank account attached to your thing, right? So obviously because my card that's attached to my account is no longer working because it's been blocked.
They're using the account.
They've basically withdrawn money from my account and added it onto PayPal to send to themselves, if that makes sense.
And all of this, the person's details and name is not there for them to be.
So even with the first one, the mobile money one, there's a person's name in it and it's empty. It's a network. So my friend's cousin works with a company, so because I had the details, he's like trying to investigate. But let me be honest, it's Ghana. No one cares. What are they gonna do?
Yeah, you ain't gonna find shit.
They're not gonna.
You're actually better off someone in that case yourself.
Do you know what I mean? So what's the point? So it's just been one big shit show, and it was just one thing after another. And then it was like, I almost didn't go South Africa, to be honest, because I was like, this is too much bad vibes.
That's a lot.
It's one thing after another. It was emotionally draining, and I thought I can't ruin everyone else's holiday. So for me, I didn't really get to like
vibe.
I didn't have a moment. I literally just sucked it up and carried on. Because I was like, I can't be a Debbie Downer and ruin everyone's moment. But life had me at my pant, man. I was like,
now you know that you know that meme. You post it sometimes. With the guy's bum is all dry and then literally
that's why I put it up.
Scooped him up.
And I was like, at least if life is dragging you by your pants, at least look cute while it's happening. Because that's how I felt. I was like,
that's a lot.
And it was annoying because I just kept thinking, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next?
You get it all back though, innit?
God willing, though. I do, hopefully. But the problem now is my phone, yeah? So, insurance
That's
company...
a new phone, isn't it?
Yeah. My phone. I got my phone in June. It's not even... It's not even 6 months. My insurance company are moving wild, yeah? Well, they are and they're not. Because basically, they're saying, in order for me to get a new one, I need to show proof that I registered it as lost on...
Please don't tell me they want police report from Ghana.
No,
Okay.
not even that. I need to prove that I registered... on Find My, you can put your phone as lost. They've taken my phone off, though. Whoever has my phone was able to get into my Apple ID and remove the phone from Find My, because originally it was there and I could see it and track it. Then it disappeared. So when I've called Apple, they're like, there's nothing we can do. Your phone doesn't exist. I said, what do you mean it doesn't exist? They're like, it's not on Find My. They've taken it off. So as far as we're aware, this phone no longer exists.
But can't you get a report then from Apple saying that and give that to your insurance?
But it's not good enough because it's like, they're basically saying, well, the person that stole your phone knows who you are. Knows you.
And how does okay, but my phone is still stolen.
I know, but they're like, well, how else? So basically, it's looking like negligence on my part because they're like, how the hell are they able to have access to all of your information?
But do they know what fraud is?
I was going to say that's what fraud is.
That's what fraud
This
is.
what
Dummies.
Listen, I've been on the phone to different people. Like, when I've had to call back and speak to somebody else, because I was like,
surely you're not all this dumb.
I said, you lot are acting like you can't clone people right now. Like, in 2024, what's freaking breaking into a phone?
But that's the whole point of fraud.
I said, this is light work. Like, type of getting into a phone. Like, I don't get why you lot are making this. He was like, oh no, it's impossible. It's impossible.
Do you tell me that you had 10 grand from your credit cards?
They said the only way, they were like, basically, there's nothing they can do. And it's just down to my insurance company whether they believe me or not, because right now it's looking suspicious because obviously how can somebody have access to all of this information if it's not somebody that knows me
It's
personally?
fraud.
They're not buying it.
And how many people share passwords with people?
But then if you do that, it's a breach of they ask you those questions, isn't it?
Yeah, but no one shares their passwords to people, so it's fraud. That's literally what fraud is about.
I hear it, but these aren't. But yeah, so right now,
that's why I feel like insurance is one of the biggest scams in the land. Every type of insurance, home, car, all of them, because you pay all that money, and as soon as it's time for insurance to actually kick in, because you actually need it now, they try and find some kind of little terms and conditions,
literally,
and some kind of little hole, and be like, actually, well,
so that's where
that's
I'm
a lot.
Yeah,
I'm actually sorry. That's honestly a lot. That's honestly a lot to deal with. But God willing, all of that will
hopefully
come back, because that's mad.
Hopefully, I get all back, and hopefully everything gets sorted. But it's annoying because, it's jarring.
That's a lot.
You should get it though, innit? You should get it.
I hope so.
Hopefully. Because I feel like sometimes they try to find like little holes and little terms and conditions that you agree to, but you didn't actually read. That's like the smallest text in there.
Yeah, it's just the inconvenience of everything while it's all playing out, innit? But I'm a man, I'll be laid back on some. I'm getting it back, so you should do it.
I hope so. Like,
I hope
in
I
your
pray
head,
so.
it's like, you know what I mean. I do hear it. I do, like, honestly, I do. But you know what? Right now, you just never know, innit? So I'm not gonna hold my breath.
Okay,
But-
That's a lot.
So you pay for insurance?
Yeah. Well, I've got it's called Tech Pack with my bank.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And you would think you're giving them money every single month. You should be asking so much stupid
Like
questions.
You
literally.
would think that.
On your phone, do you have like a notes with all of your passwords and stuff?
No, I don't. I wouldn't even do that. It's just your keychain where you save them in your. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
So
that.
it's crazy.
Oh, people can get into that keychain thing, innit?
I think that's what they've done, because that's the only explanation for you to be able
Yeah,
to get
because
into all my
if they
apps.
can get into your phone and use your card and stuff like that, getting to the keychain is
It's
like
easy.
the least of the.
Yeah.
That's the smallest task.
But the guy was like, oh, but if you registered your phone as lost, then they wouldn't even be able to use the phone. Like, they shouldn't be able to use it because...
Well, they're using it, aren't they?
Literally.
Gary, thank you very much. Captain State the Obvious. They're currently using it.
Yeah.
So your photos and messages and all that kind of stuff, they can see that.
They got your nudes.
This is what I'm saying, man.
You lot are childish.
This is where
my
you
God.
guys.
This is where your mind went, you know.
Can't have a serious
Seriously.
conversation.
Oh.
You actually can't have a serious
If it is,
conversation. with this lot.
if it is this is serious. If it is somebody that you flipping know, And if it
Can't
is that
be.
you
No,
have
but
someone...
that-
I need
no,
to put some word. I need to put word out in the black market. I need to retrieve this phone.
No, but that's what you know. What it is when you're silly.
No, damn
But
fool.
when they started saying, "Oh, someone that you know," I started to get paranoid, and I thought, "Oh my gosh, there's someone I know doing this to me." Because when you think about it, I'm like, how?
That's a lot, man. That's a lot.
Like how? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, right, is it actually somebody? And you know my mum, innit? My mum's on that. She was just like, let me
not talk.
Let me not talk because you're gonna say that I'm being extra. And I was like, yeah, please don't talk.
Just
because
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to hear it right now. Literally.
That's mad.
Yeah, but it's a lot.
Well, I'm tired of all of that because that is a lot. How are you anyway?
Oh, yeah, I'm alright, man.
That's a fair question. You were out here trying to get a search team up to get news. Don't be silly. There's no question that's silly coming from me.
But
Because she's back. She did a class yesterday. She's got beats and bands. So there's a little things that's like
100%.
exciting to
100%,
look forward to.
100%. But you were walking behind like lions
Yeah.
and you were walking on ledges. Now I understand. Like, you used to wanted to die.
Okay.
Like,
I'll be honest with you, because you
what
look
is
very
fair?
fearless. Because
What the hell is
compared to
fair?
your first time,
Yeah.
you look like you knew the Lions personally.
Oh no, this time
I
it was,
get it now.
This time was a breeze. I'm not gonna
I
lie
get it.
to you.
I actually get
didn't-
it.
There was 0 ounce of fear. When I say zero, fear did not even exist in that moment. I didn't even know who I was. I thought, Raj, you know the Lions.
Yeah, you were
player."
chilling.
No, literally, I had no ounce of fear.
But they're not wild lions, are they?
No, that. So
Try
Lions.
run in front of them and tell
I'm
me
not
they're
gonna say. You know
wild
what
or
it
not.
is? A lion. A
Lions,
lion.
Yeah,
A
but
lion.
if they was
innit?
raised in
The
captivity,
lions,
They
though,
give
man.
you rules. They tell you not to walk in front of them, tell you not to do this, and
Yeah,
you say they're not
can't-
wild.
You can't.
Okay.
You can't walk in front of them.
Nah, man.
You can't bend down, crouch down. They're lions, isn't it?
Can't tie your shoelaces.
They're
That's
just-
wild.
They're just what's it called? They're just obviously they're raised by them, innit? So that's why they have like it's jokes because you see them call them, they answer by their names. I'm just
Really?
thinking, yeah.
Did they give the guy names like Kwame?
This wasn't Ghana, it was an SA.
Oh,
So one.
Worry.
Kwame.
No, but I get it. But no,
You're
like,
cheeky.
and you know what's so interesting? One of them was the one from last year, right?
Oh,
So I
is it?
remembered his name, but they were. I was like, you lot weren't that big last year. Obviously, it's been a year they've grown. Duh.
That's crazy.
But yeah,
I could never do that, man. You couldn't pay me to do that.
no, it's such an
You
amazing
actually could
experience.
not
I
pay
love
me.
it. But what is scary though is hearing hearing them growl. Like
I was
that,
gonna say, yeah, do they roar and stuff?
yeah, that doesn't change.
I couldn't hear
And
that.
obviously they do it like they do it randomly, innit? So like imagine like they're arguing amongst each other and they start and I'm just like
What are they arguing about?
they're just fussing and fighting.
Are they brothers?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, that's sweet.
They're brothers. So
Very
when they
sweet.
no, so they do they
Yeah, they're
like
brothers, innit?
they like growl. And when they growl, yeah, it pierces your soul. Like
I couldn't hear that.
It's nuts. I'm not gonna
Of
lie.
all the
it's-
things in life I could not hear, I would definitely piss myself right there,
it's
right there.
so surreal, but it's amazing.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
I will never experience it to actually prove whether it is, but I'll take your word for it. Damn. How are the rest of you guys anyway? Brent and Mugs.
I'm all right, you know. Just wait, nothing for. I didn't even say
I know
nothing.
exactly where. Go on, say it.
Huh?
I know where you're going with it, but carry on.
Go on, let me see if you know where I'm going. Where am I
Got
going?
8 days till you leave. All I'm saying is that when you get back, I need you to have really high energy, because if you get in a depressive state because you're back, I'm not going to hear that from you. I'm very real with you. I'll give you 1 day to adjust,
No, I don't.
and
do
then you
that.
got to come back.
I don't do holiday blues.
Really?
No, man.
I'm blew the heck out.
I enjoy it. I enjoy the moment. There is obviously, especially if you come back and the weather's bad, you're a bit like,
Yeah, I feel like you come back and it's like you're facing responsibilities. Like when I'm on holiday, I actually forget that I have things that I'm responsible for. It's like it just goes out of my mind. But as soon as I'm back in the airport, coming back, I'm very aware that I've got this. It's like my brain gets in to
it's
do
this
this
dumb
mode.
country, man. When you get off the runway, it's usually like when you get out of the plane doors, it's grey and it's raining,
Yeah.
and you just know like,
Ugh, here we go.
I'm
Don't
home.
it okay. I guess, do you know what? I think maybe for me, because I was gone for so long, I couldn't wait. You couldn't pay me enough to come back. Like,
Yeah, but you had all the things you were going through.
exactly. So,
Yeah.
and it kind of gave me a kick up the arse. Like, I've come back and I'm just in work mode. Like, I can't
Yeah.
wait to just. Well, I mean, you saw I got off the plane and
Yeah,
went straight to
you-
teach class. So yeah, but like,
Yeah.
I'm back in full effect, and I needed it. And I feel like it always gives me like a reset to like
Yeah.
get
I
back
hear
on
you
my
though, yeah.
grind.
Because I can't stay away for too long. I get homesick because I like how it. Like I know where everything is. I know how my life is. I like my routine. That I don't like being out of that for too long. I just feel like I'm not operating where I need to be. Do you get what I mean? So I need to get back in what I know. So I can't be away for too long. But when I'm on my way back, I'm like, here we go.
I don't know, after 10, what's the longest I've done away? 10 days? By like,
I think 10 is the max I could do.
by like, I don't know, day 8.
Yeah, day 8, I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to come
I'm
home.
ready to go. Like, I'm actually ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward.
to getting back.
I'm looking forward to it. I can't be away for too long. I just can't do it. I'm just like, okay, I'm ready to go back.
That's long. You got all them levels of the journey because then you got to get your stuff together.
Yep.
And then you got to go to the airport.
Yeah.
And then there's that whole
Rigmarole.
Then you got to sit through the flight, depending on however long your flight is. If it's
And that
a
one
short
was
one,
longer.
yeah, if it's a short one, then it's quick. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But that's what I always forget. It's like, oh yeah, you're on the plane, you think you're home. And then you land and you're like,
You have to make your way
now
home.
I've really got to go home.
Yep.
You get me? Like, now I've got to go home.
And our airports
This
are so
is
far.
long.
So far.
Like, generally speaking, I feel like
It's so
why
far.
is the airport so far for us?
Only if you've got good people in your life that will meet you at the airport.
My
to
brother
pick you
picks
up.
me up though.
See,
Oh, that's
then you
sweet.
always come.
Yeah,
If you can come at the airport and someone's there to pick you
Yeah.
up, then you're straight.
That's why when I went to Nigeria, my mum picked me up. She was late. I was fuming.
Livid.
I was livid.
Don't be late if you come to pick me up.
I said, you got one job.
Yeah, you
And
got-
then 'cause she
you
was
gotta
like
be
picking me up,
early.
I was like, I can't be ungrateful.
No,
You
but
can
girl.
be.
But
If you're
do
not
you
outside
not-
the
no.
airport when I'm at baggage claim, you're not
No, but
you're not serious.
Do you not get why though? Because for example, like I would hate to do that journey to go pick somebody up here, and then your baggage takes like half an hour to 45 minutes. Let's be honest, like maybe not for you, but you see, like going to Ghana, I got to Ghana and I stood there at baggage for an hour, 60
That's
minutes for my bags to come.
But you know,
off.
that was my thing. Because I was like, yeah, but the bags
Yeah.
arrive here quicker than they do when I'm in Nigeria. I mean, to be fair, she ended up being like, because basically when I got off the plane, when I landed, this is her. Oh, I'm just finishing my shower at the gym. I said,
Oh no, that's
the
different.
gym is in Orpington. What do you mean?
That is different.
But then by the time I was done, all that stuff and whatever, she arrived to time. But I was like, you shouldn't have told me that because I was fuming. I don't think you understand how angry I was, And then my counsellor at the time was like, oh, before I But I was just like, this is just, you can't get the staff. You actually can't ask people for shit.
I don't even know how
We
I
got
get
mum
into the
there, but-
airport. I need to work that out.
Or just get a cab.
Hmm?
So we'll just get a cab.
Who wants to pay all that money? How am I gonna get home?
Get
I mean, to
back.
be fair, that's what I was
Because I'm not
doing.
going to get home
Get a cab.
the same way you left.
Literally. Because you ain't taking train.
I took train last time.
If you haven't got luggage, you can get the train.
I
took train with luggage.
No,
I'm not doing that.
Absolutely not.
Hell no.
Actually, I'm lying.
Elizabeth line.
Because I use my full allowance. I use the 223s and then the one hand luggage and a cute little backpack. And I'm doing it on a train.
Yeah, I
I'm a
can't do
nuisance. I would not want to see someone like that on a train.
I went on Elizabeth line. I got to the airport from my yard in about 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah, but that's-
I ain't
Elizabeth
never done that.
line is convenient.
Elizabeth line I
I
can
ain't
do,
never
but
done that
I don't.
before.
I have to take a first train, then go underground, then take another train. It's a long thing.
I ain't taking train that time of morning. I'll have to find
What time's your
someone.
flight?
Like 9 or 10 or something.
Yeah, you
Sometimes
can't
I
do
gotta
rush
leave
hour. I'll be
early.
fuming. If I'm trying to get in the
The
office.
thing is, it's rush hour regardless whether you drive or whether you
Yeah, that's true.
get in a.
No, but
whether
I'm
you
thinking about the
drive or take a
commuters.
train.
If I'm trying to
No,
get to
that's
work
what I'm
ASAP
saying. No,
and
but
you're
then
stripping
wait.
luggage, I'm tripping over your luggage.
No, but you know why you're all right though? Because if your flight is at 9,
Oh yeah.
then ideally you want to be at the airport for
At
like
7.
7:30. So you kind of miss the. You're
Actually,
gonna,
yeah, you
you're
do.
gonna leave earlier than that, so you actually miss the like mad rush hour. If that makes sense.
If you're
So
going,
they're gonna
be-
leave at like
that's more be-
6.
yeah, but that's more between 8
that's
and
good
yeah.
though.
Rush hour is mainly between 8 and 9.
yeah, actually, yeah. I think if it's one where you can actually get to in half an hour and whatnot, do it that way.
Yeah.
You gonna take me? You wanna take me?
I don't do airport runs for nobody. I'm not gonna. Not even my mum. She wouldn't even ask me.
I thought you was a real one.
She said, no, they're real.
Guess I'm not. Airport run. Mm-mm.
It's a lot though.
Unless she's my man's. Like,
Yeah, I think I'm saving that for my
even
husband, I
At that,
reckon.
right? Even at that.
Them guys always want to do things for their husband, but they ain't got no husband. You gotta practice.
Exactly. No.
You gotta get there.
No.
You've gotta show you're working out on paper.
No.
Because then it feels like
Take
I'm
my word for it.
auditioning.
Huh?
It feels like I'm auditioning.
Or essentially,
We can't have that,
I don't
Gina.
want to audition.
No, thank you.
I'm tired.
Them days are done and gone. Oh well.
Like ooh, I'm a mess. Yeah, no. I'm save. Don't you feel like sometimes you save some things for your wife, I'm sure. There's certain things that you probably don't
I hope
do
you
that
do.
you think, no, let me save it for the special person that you proper love.
in my mind would be you put your best foot forward. So I need to show you why
Husband
material.
Husband material.
Yeah, but people
Yeah.
don't care. I've
All this,
realised.
that mindset of, let me save this little trick
I'm
for him. This is so stupid.
One thing
Like,
about me, I'm gonna save. One thing about me, I'm gonna save. Cause nope, I've been there, bought the t-shirt, got hella merch. No, thank you. I'm gonna save it.
you gotta put your you can't like
Don't worry, me and my feet are fine. Don't worry about that.
you can't make me marry you, then you start pulling out moves and
I'ma
everything
make
you
you
had.
do
Because
nothing.
in my mind, I'm saying you could have got married a long time ago if I knew you
You know what?
you
That's
had all
fine.
these moves.
That's fine. Let me be the idiot. Let's go.
Okay, because people that I did it for, where am I? All right, right here.
These are gonna let these
So
bad men
driving
block
to
your
the airport
blessings.
is something that you'd save for marriage.
Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean, though?
Yes.
No, because you got to show that you care. Taking that kind of consideration for someone.
I've
That's
shown
something that
care,
you do
yeah.
Do you know
beforehand.
what?
I've
I'm
That's
gonna
how
be
you
shown
get
care
the
in other
ring.
ways.
let me be honest there. There's things
But
that
you
I've
can have William Pum Pum.
I've shown care in other ways, yeah, and it's not paid out. So you think I'm gonna go the extra mile? Hell no. I know better. You know better, you do better, and I'm doing better. So that's just that. He's only saying it because he wants to lift to the airport. He doesn't really care. He's not an advocate for men everywhere. He doesn't care. He just wants a lift to the airport.
From Gina. Because he can get a lift.
She said she's got enough. And a plate at the moment.
I said from Gina.
or
Never mind, you're not listening.
from Gina because he can get a lift. Who marks?
No. Sorry.
I don't get it. I missed the joke.
Basically, he wants a lift from you.
Who marks?
Yeah.
She ain't gonna do it.
He wants to start doing wifey material things.
I'm not. This is what I'm saying. When you stay out
That's
here,
not wifey
you stay out
stuff.
here embarrassing.
It is.
No, let me explain
That's
to you what.
not.
Let me explain
That's
to you
your
what
opinion.
it is. It's not. It's, look,
She would do
Brent,
it for a friend.
That's your...
No, I
yeah,
wouldn't.
exactly. I would do it for a friend.
No, but I
yes,
wouldn't.
you would.
I did it for a
I
friend
wouldn't.
easily.
I just said I don't
You've
do
done it before.
Who?
I don't know.
Who have I done it for?
But that's where you told me that you've
It's low
driven
chest.
to the airport before with your friend.
Who?
I don't know.
What was the story?
I can't remember.
No, so
I try to tell your business on the air.
No, say it on air because I want to hear
After
it.
you started, that's where he draws the line.
No,
To be honest, I think everybody was your boyfriend.
no. I think I know what story you're talking about.
It wasn't your boyfriend?
No.
I don't mind
But
it.
that's what I'm saying. But again, I don't do airport runs for my mum.
That's fair enough. I understand that.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm not doing it for anyone.
Do you like your mum?
I do like her actually. My dad. I'm joking.
Okay, we're not...
I'm
leave
joking. It's a new
Uncle,
year. It's a new year. I'm
Please,
joking.
it's a new year.
But
You call a lot of straight
I
stars
don't-
still unprovoked.
you deserve them. They were perfect. I don't like airport runs.
Yeah.
But if I really, really, really love you, I would do it. Like, but then, do you know what I think it is? Yeah,
That's a lot of effort.
it's and I really love doing things for people, but then I just feel like people don't appreciate it, man. And when people haven't appreciated it in the past, it just fucks me off. And then I'm like, I'm not doing this for anybody.
And that's where you get the whole
And
thing
that's
about
what it
saving for my
is.
husband.
That's why I'd rather just say it
literally
because then I can't beat in my feelings. I don't expect like even if my husband don't appreciate, he's my husband. It is what it is. I'm
And
not
he has to
expecting him-
appreciate it.
Yeah, no, but I mean like, it's the things I'm doing for you
Yeah.
as a wife. I don't.
Yeah,
expect
yeah.
anything
I'm
in
not...
return.
Yeah.
But
I hear you.
Wait a minute. So you don't care if he appreciates it?
I mean, I do. But what I'm
so
saying
you do it
is,
because it's duty?
yes,
Jesus Christ.
Why do you leave Jesus out? Why would you
Because-
do that?
Because in my head,
Why is Jesus in it?
if you aren't married and there is somebody who would appreciate it, you would like, no, sorry.
No, but obviously it's case by case.
But
now.
once it is you are, out
No,
the
but
window.
no. Obviously, it's case by case. If she feels that someone would appreciate, because they obviously do things that they show up for her the way she wants to be showed up for, she will obviously do it. But you can't walk into any situation letting people know that you're offering free rides. No, earn it.
Can I ask?
Then you
though,
get it.
I'm so curious when you said it's not for that particular level of companionship, right? What would you say for the marriage? What is it? What is it we're saying? We know here rides to the airport. What else?
Lingerie.
And Brent's got it. Brent's got it right. That we've got this backwards because if that's your attitude, then surely you should be saving the pom pom too.
100%.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? We got to abstain.
You got yourself laughing there.
No, we got to abstain because this is
funny.
mad. I'm saying I got to hold it back.
First
you
of
know?
all, don't you
Hold
dare.
it
Okay, do
back.
you know what? This segment is
Well, I'll
over.
get crutches.
This segment is over.
Alright, go on.
You egg. Because the last time we had a conversation with a girl that was talking about abstaining, remember that whole clip you went viral for in America was tearing your pants for? And she was
Okay.
talking about abstaining, you were like, oh, da-da-da, why would I want to da-da-da-da-da? And now you're sitting here telling about abstaining.
No, it's if you're saying that there's certain things you got to hold back for the marriage, that you can't give back all the tricks and all
jewels.
that, all the jewels. Yeah, the crown jewel should be the. I like.
Okay, so if you meet a girl and she's like, I'm not doing this because I feel like I'm going to save this for marriage, da-da-da-da, are you then saying to her, do you know, okay, do you know what, let's take all these other things off the table, or are you just moving on to the next?
That's different because I'm a highly sexed person, innit? So I need sex involved. So I'm not anybody that's doing sex with no sex before marriage. It's not for me, but that's fine because we're not equally yoked, innit? That's good.
Isn't this what I was saying when we had that conversation that time?
When?
That conversation.
I can't remember. We have conversations every morning, so I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't
Whatever,
know.
you know what? Let's just go back to counting down your flipping holiday. Let's get to the flipping headlines. I've had enough.
Before we move, I heard you guys talking about how Nigerian men actually look
Show appreciation.
Yeah. And you're always saying that they just do it for ego.
Yeah,
I
for
think
their
majority,
ego.
for their ego.
Yeah.
Right? So if that's the case, is there any value placed on money?
But that's why. So I've got a friend who's over here, and he's always talking about this stuff. And he was just basically like, "You lot are getting it. You're getting it twisted. Yeah, we don't value you for like we British boys. Like we value you in a different way. In it, over there, you're very disposable, which is why they're able to like they just fling money at you because they don't care and they don't value you. Right? For me to spend money on you, he was like, you're not thinking about it from a logical perspective. For me to spend money on you, it means I like you and I'm invested in you, which holds a lot more value. But instead, you're going to vilify me and tell me that I'm stingy and I'm cheap just because uncle over there, who is placing no value on you and is basically showing that you are also a commodity and is flinging money at you for nothing.
See, that's why I've got to disagree because they're not flinging money at you because you're a commodity. Like, if it is a thing where they want, like, let's just say sexual favors because that's typically what they do want. If it was a thing where he wanted sexual favors, then that's a different kind of situation. But some of them just on account of we like to see people have fun. Like, in Nigeria, yeah, enjoyment is our thing. Like, Nigerians and enjoyment are like 5 and 6. We go together real bad. Do you get what I mean? So sometimes it's just about seeing people have fun and that's it. There's nothing, so I don't think it's a commodity thing. And I think when it comes to value as well, okay, this person spends money on me, but in a relationship, there's other ways of showing value than spending money. So,
I drive into
so
the
puts the game up, sir. Exactly, there you go. I mean, he could pay for me to, that's the thing, because the Nigerian guy could just pay for you to get a cab to the airport, but then my man will actually drive me there as an act of love. So there's other ways to show value. I wouldn't say because you have like people pay for stuff and whatever means that money doesn't mean as much. No, it will, because say it was a hospital bill, that would mean the world. If it was rent, that would mean the world. So I feel like, no, I wouldn't say it's like I think UK boys are just trying to find any excuse to justify.
So in saying that, then the comparison shouldn't be used.
I don't think the comparison should be used in general anyway, just because there's a big massive cultural difference.
Yeah.
That in itself speaks volumes. So I don't get why we're comparing apples and pears. Do you get what I mean?
feel like the comparison's only because of how it is that UK guys try to move like, oh yeah, I spend money, I did like trying to stunt on women, and it's like, yeah, but you don't even spend money like that because people that actually spend money, this is how they spend it.
Yeah, but who you referring to? You are like putting baller status on the average on the average youths, and that's probably why it's not fair. Because I think even in the UK, the man then with the money spend it.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. So I feel like the comparison only enters the conversation when it is that you're trying to stunt on women, and like, oh, I've got money, and they're like, okay. But this is someone that had money and did this, That's why I feel like the comparison comes into. Other than I don't feel like you should compare because the economy is very different. And also how some people are getting the money you don't know.
Money's hard to come by these days.
Very hard to come by. It's crazy.
Bread's like not over here, it's not.
No, I was going to say something, but it's too
Yeah,
soon.
I think it's too soon.
Yeah. Love you, Gina.
That's so evil.
horrible,
No,
man.
say it.
No, you don't want him to say it, trust me.
No, I do. I'm
Yeah.
ready for all the smoke this year.
It was to do with money being hard to come by. And then he was probably going to say something like, well, not from Gina's account, it wasn't.
Wow.
That's fine.
No, because obviously she told us about her fraud situation. That's what you're
that what you're
thinking.
gonna say?
Wow, no.
So what
You're a liar.
I was going to say
You're a
agent.
liar.
So what you gonna
You're
say
a
then?
liar.
So what you gonna say?
Go on.
Oh my goodness.
Go
No,
on.
I actually want to know
What were you going to say then?
No.
No, what were you going to say?
Brent, if you don't say it, I'm leaving. And best believe I will
I second
go.
that.
I'll
What
go.
were you going to
I'll
say?
actually go. I'll walk out the door.
I believe you.
Exactly.
I actually believe you.
What
will.
were you going to say?
I'm
Because I would like to know why whatever you're going to say was not what I just said, but you said, oh, I love you, Gina. And
Exactly.
put the camera on her
So
when
why-
he said money was hard to come by.
So
Go on.
Go on. Say it with your
Your degree.
chest.
I have no chest.
You do. I can see it. Brent, do you want me to leave?
No.
So then say
I
it.
said no. I should say no like that.
So then say it.
Because I believe her.
Because I'll actually go home.
No, just say it then, bro.
I believe her.
Exactly.
Is that right, Mags?
Yeah, say it.
Just
I
say
might as well
it.
say it, right?
Yeah.
Or mute it if it's really bad.
See you
Nah, it can't be bad. Say it.
See you on Friday, baby.
Huh?
See you on Friday, baby.
Oh, wow. Brent, don't do that because I'll actually go.
I know you would. I know you would, but why have you put me in this position? I don't want to be bad and you're forcing me to be bad.
I don't get why you just don't say it, though.
What was I going to say?
So why did
I
you
don't
say
know,
wow
just
then when
say
I
it
said what
then.
I
I
said?
don't want to say it.
Why?
Because I'm a child of God.
Your sounds pissed me off.
I am a child of God and I want to practice that every single day.
Oh,
like
so you want
Mark
to choose
said,
to be a child of God right now in this moment, but in that moment you don't want to be a child of God.
I'm always trying to strive.
You know what?
for the
And then you made me look bad
I'm
for what I
even
said,
annoyed.
as if that wasn't what you were thinking.
Wait, why? I
No,
don't
put your
understand.
head out so I can see your face while you're
How
out
come
making noise
you
over
have
by the mic.
decided to fill in the blank, and then you all have run with it? Like,
Okay, so
that's
why did you say sorry, Gina? Then love you, Gina. Why did you say that? And when he said money's hard to come by, why did you look at Gina? Why did you put the camera on
Because I
Gina?
accidentally pressed the thing.
No, you didn't. Look at the way you've been stuttering.
I still all the time.
When you're lying and
all the time.
Yeah, when you're lying and
Turn the word stuff out.
when you're-
mix words
when you're
up,
lying
I
and
use
chatting
different
shit,
words
that's what
I'm
you
supposed
do.
to be using. I do this all the time. That's part of the entertainment package that is Brent. And you all know that.
I don't know nothing.
Well, apparently you know what I was going to say.
I don't know nothing. And you can move your neck all you like. You haven't said what you said. At least I've got chest. Anyway, is this a podcast or a show? What are we doing here this
We're
morning?
going into the headlights.
Please. All right, guys. First headline takes us to the US. So it says the US military says it has shot down a missile fired towards one of its warships from a Houthi area of Yemen. The anti-ship cruise missile fired towards the USS Laboon in the Red Sea was downed off the coast of Hudaydah by a US fighter aircraft. It comes after the US-UK strikes in Yemen aimed at degrading the military capability of the Houthis, who have been attacking Red Sea cargo ships. The US and UK hit nearly 30 locations in Yemen on Friday, reportedly including arms depot, logistical hubs and air defense systems. The US followed up on Saturday with another strike on the Houthi radar site. President Joe Biden has said he will not hesitate to direct further measures to protect our people and the free flow of international commerce as necessary. And our next headline, still in the US, is to do with Trump. And Iowa's influential evangelical voters were once decidedly lukewarm on Donald Trump. But if recent polls are accurate, born-again Christians will carry him to victory on Monday in the Republican vote. A video has been released and has described as bombastic, even by Mr. Trump's standards, as it has been titled, "God Made Trump." That's wild. The voiceover over minimalist piano in the video states, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God gave us Trump. The former president, according to the narrator, is carrying out the will of God. He's a shepherd to mankind who will fight the Marxists and arms strong enough to wrestle the deep state. The video is based on So God Made a Farmer, a 1978 speech by American radio host Paul Harvey, which extols the virtues of simple rural American life. And our last headline in the segment, Israelis have marked 100 days of war with a 100-minute pause in the working day and rallies to call for the return of hostages held in Gaza. I thought they said the other day there was no hostages in there. Anyway, but little relief from the anxiety that has gripped the nation since Hamas launched its 7th October attacks. Many Israelis remain deeply shaken by the incursion, in which 1,200 people, mostly civilians, were killed and 240 taken hostage. Israel is in the middle of a terrible dream, and I want to wake up from this terrible dream and create a new Israel. Arnon Bar David, the leader of the Histadrut, Confederation of Trade Unions, told a mass meeting in Tel Aviv, we will rebuild everything they have tried to destroy. Normal life is returning to the streets of Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, and other cities, but many shops and restaurants are still shut and hundreds of thousands of reservists mobilized. The Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said in a televised address on Saturday that the war against Hamas would continue until the end, until total victory. That's it. Let's get into what you say in topic of the day.
What is our topic of the day?
So,
Looking at me.
I am.
Okay.
It's a dramatic pause.
Topic of the
Bloody
day
hell.
is:
I know. Bloody hell's right.
would you eat your friends in order to survive? Oh wow.
Oh, this might be a good one.
Where did I see this?
I watched a movie the other day on Netflix. I wonder if this is based on that.
What's it called? The movie you watched?
I think it's Argentinian. Is it Argentinian or something else?
It's called Argentinian.
Nah. Hold up, I'll find out.
Oh.
Shall I read this extract that he wants us to read?
That would be nice.
Yeah, so, after their plane crashed and they were stranded in the snowy wastes of the Andes Mountains in Argentina, Roberta Canessa and the other survivors of Flight 571 were on the brink of starving to death. Meager items of food and drink salvaged from the wreckage, chocolate, nuts, crackers, jam, fruit, and some bottles of alcohol had run out, and no vegetation or animal life could be found at the elevation of 11,710 feet. Their hunger became so all-consuming and desperate that some attempted to chew strips of leather from luggage and eat foam from the broken aircraft seat cushions. As they grew weaker and the chances of rescue grew more distant, the survivors gradually came to realize that the next step had to be if they were to stay alive, or what the next steps would have to be if they were to stay alive. It was something that at first was too terrible to contemplate. The bodies of 18 of their friends, relatives, and members of the flight crew were frozen in the snow, and the passengers' only chance of survival lay in the unthinkable, resorting to cannibalism and eating the bodies of the deceased. 10 days into their ordeal, after much soul-searching and praying for guidance, some of the passengers, including Canessa, used a razor blade and shards of glass to cut strips of skin, muscle, and fat of the frozen bodies and forced themselves to swallow small mouthfuls. Interesting.
Isn't it?
What, would you do that? Could you do that?
You know what? Obviously, sitting here in Brent's studio in warmth with access to food and all that stuff, I'm gonna say no. But in that scenario there, survival of the fittest, and I don't know what life could, like, where life could take me or put me to that might just make me think. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously I'm gonna say no, right? But this, do you get what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
See,
not.
It's my
It is-
first.
yeah.
It's not even what. It's my first thought.
What?
Which one of you niggas am I gonna eat?
Oh, but
Sound like a
I was
slave
about
owner.
to say something, but
Huh?
I'm not.
Sound like a slave owner.
Does it sound like a slave?
Owner.
Slave owner.
What were you gonna say, Gina?
No. Don't come at me.
Go on, Brent. Tell her. Say what you're gonna
You have
leave.
no leg in this race. Do you know what? Don't even address me the rest of this episode. How about that?
Yikes.
You are on a timeout.
Oh, welcome back. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, because I know how I am when it comes to food, innit? I'll probably be the one be like, do you know what, guys? When I die, you can eat me. I don't see myself eating people.
Okay, so what's your priorities in the event of that? Say the plane crash, you survived, few people survived.
Not drowning, first of all. You all know how I am in water.
Facts.
I can't.
This was in the mountains and it was just covered in snow.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, there's no water like that.
Okay.
It's even cold as well. Oh.
I'm fuming. I'm angry. I'm angry.
What's your priorities? What's the first thing you do once you come out of that plane? What are you looking for?
Anything to start a fire. It's probably a myth though.
Yeah.
It's snowing. I'm just you know when it is? When I'm cold, I can't function.
The
Like,
cold would kill me.
The cold would kill me more than.
I feel like the cold
More
one's
than
gonna
the
take me
hunger.
out.
The cold
Yeah,
would
the
take me
cold
out.
would-
Before I
more than
even
the hunger.
That's
before I
what I'm
even get to
saying.
the hungry stage, I feel like I'm already out.
So my first priority isn't going to be food. It's finding some sort of
Cave.
or
Where can we-
something to
yeah.
just, you know what I mean?
Where can
Just
we
to soothe,
lay low?
soothe the coldness a little bit
Yeah.
because I know I'm not gonna be warm, but god damn.
That'll be my first thing. Is where can we get some kind of comfort?
All right, so this particular, if it's based on this movie, which I think it might be, there were no caves around. You just had the
Land.
comfort of the innards of half of the plane. On the first night, they all had to basically huddle together and then put their hands in different places and whatnot. Just keep themselves warm.
Yeah, each other's pants.
And then when it got lighter, it was different. It wasn't as cool as the nights
Oh, okay, yeah.
because the sun was out, but it was unmanageable for them.
So what, they was feeling each other's pom poms and thing in the cold.
Feeling? wherever is warm, wherever orifice,
You know what? Yeah,
that's where they will put
I'm
in.
just over this.
No, I'm asking because the way you said it, they showed that's what they showed you in the film. That's what was going on.
Why do you nod like that?
Even his face is getting on my nerves.
Yeah, I suppose you want to check your surroundings and see where you are in it.
Yeah. Make sure you're not sleeping and some hyenas come eat you up.
And just seeing what your chances of escape are.
I'll be honest with you, yeah,
If there's
if-
anywhere to go.
Escape.
If we're in a situation like that, I might just give up. I'll be real with you because if we're stuck, was there a chance of escape for them, Brent?
No.
And it was apparent, right?
Yes,
Was it what?
they tried to.
As in, it was apparent, like it was clear that we can't escape.
When you say escape, as in
Like we can't, we
Someone
can't get
coming
to
to find
survival.
you.
Someone
Like,
has
walk,
to find
like,
us.
Walk back to civilization.
Does someone have to find us, or can we actually make our way to civilization?
Bro, you're in the mountains. There's gonna be bears and shit.
Oh,
And
Gina.
wolves.
listen carefully. It is snow everywhere. Snow everywhere. There are no animals at all.
But you know, like sometimes when you see the mountains and stuff, yeah,
but
when you
how
say
do you
hello, it echoes back. It's like hello, 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 because there's nothing around. Or is it a thing where if I look into the distance, I can see a little
Snow.
town?
Yeah, but are you able to make the perilous journey through the
This
snow?
is what I'm saying.
You don't know where you are. You've landed. You think you know where you are. Bear in mind, you're surrounded by quite a few intelligent young men, right, and women, but all assumptions. I don't know what the other
Comes to make me hungry.
country was, but they were like, all right, maybe after a while, if it is nobody comes to find us, then we head that way to basically try to reach this place, right? However, when you start going, you realize, hey, I'm going to die out here because it gets cold. I don't have any sort of warmth when the night hits, and I normally use the warmth of my fellow brethren in the bloody half of a plane. So going up there, you're going to die unless
You're
either
better
you
off in
find
the
out
plane.
something else.
Do you ever
Huh?
stay here? Or...
You're better in the plane.
Yeah. Bear in mind, I don't know if this is a question that we've been asked. I think it's the whole cannibalism stuff.
No, but when Iman is not here, we do what we do with the
Yeah,
topic of the day.
I hear you, but me telling you what happened in the story isn't gonna.
I know, but it's stressing me out. This whole scenario, it's stressing me out. Cause I thought I would just give up. I don't like stress. I'd want a nap for one because I do my best thinking my nap.
I
This
can't
is
nap when
mad.
it's cold though.
All right, so what's it? How long?
Oh.
How long do you have to be deprived of food before you consider?
So after all the
consuming
food was
human?
finished, because they obviously split up, and then after a while, their pee turned black.
The what?
Their urine, it turned black.
Why?
I don't know, lack of whatever you
And you
normally
say-
need for your pee to not turn that way.
What's it? Lack of something, isn't it?
I don't know. But yeah, after a while, obviously you would now introduce with this idea of, all right, cool, this person's just got licked up. We have to survive. We have to survive.
So the person died naturally, or did they kill the
There were
person?
many people who died straight away, but they buried
What,
them.
from stress?
From the
plane
crash.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, yeah.
I thought they saw the situation. They were like, "Oh, I can't. Lord, take me now."
And then
I
some
would
of them
say
were
that.
injured, and then they died eventually, right?
Oh.
Yeah. But
So those are bodies that they're trying to eat first
nah,
because it's still in it.
I don't know.
But isn't it easier to eat?
No, they
but-
still ate it because I guess the snow preserved it.
Oh yeah, freezer.
Because there was a point in time when there was just skeletons everywhere.
You know
so they
what's
cleaned it.
you know what's wild though, yeah. You can't even cook it. You're gonna have to eat this stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
raw. Well, damn.
Then let me tell you what I'm doing.
Why
It's
couldn't they
gonna-
make a fire?
It's gonna have to be a kidney vibe. Like I'm not eating flesh.
No.
I'm sorry.
That's just making me sick.
I'm not eating flesh.
Meek,
Oh, you gotta eat them raw.
Yeah, because there's no.
Wait a minute. How is eating a kidney raw
Change things?
the same as flesh? It's the same
not-
thing.
No, but you know how like it is. But
I
I'm
could
just,
cook them and
you
be
know how
calm.
what?
There's no fire, bro. There's no
That's
sticks.
what I'm saying. That's changing everything for me.
You got to eat.
Yeah, but Gina
everything
says
raw.
she can have a kidney, but not the flesh. But it's the
I feel
same
like-
thing.
I feel like the texture of. I'd have to chew too. I'd have to. Flesh would be too chewy, man. It would take too much work, and
I
I'd
gotta
have,
just-
I'd have
yeah.
to process that I'm eating human flesh because it's taking
Yeah,
me
man.
that long.
I'm
Leave
dying.
with kidney because it's
Squishy.
squishy. It will just be a quick thing.
Yeah, I'm dying. I'm 100% dying. Like I'm never gonna try and fight.
I'm finding a way to make fire. I think.
You can't.
There's that oil, gasoline from the
There must be oil
from the plane crash,
the engine or whatever.
from the engine.
Okay, if it's based on this
And
movie,
then someone has
let's
say there's smokers. Someone's got a lighter.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, let's use the same parameters of the movie.
If
It
you look
didn't
at
have any of that.
Look at that sound.
Raw flesh.
You used to be able to do it, right?
I mean, yeah, but I wouldn't enjoy it.
Because you know what it is? You know what it is sometimes here about trying to survive?
I'm buying
At
my
what
nose
cost?
first.
Like, for what? For what? What am I trying to survive for?
But then this is what
I do all of that.
For
But
someone to
Esther,
find you. If you survive long
but
enough, someone will
Esther,
come and get you.
But do you know what I'm thinking about? Yeah, I'm thinking about if you even survive such an ordeal, because you're saying it's mad cold and stuff. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna have fingers or toes left. You know what I mean?
My life's not going to be the same.
Like, do you get what I mean? Because
even
they're
mentally-
they're gonna like snap off and shit.
That's the kind of shit that gets you make you
you know what I
vegan
mean?
forever.
Like when I watched Everest and I watched like the film, you see how some of them obviously didn't make it all the way, and then they lost their nose. Like the ones that survived,
Stop
Yeah.
it.
lost their nose, lost their fingers, lost their toes. Huh?
Yeah, you should have killed
That's
me.
mad.
That is long. But then let me be honest. If I'm trying to die though, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna wait to die. I might just get you to smash a rock over my head
Just make it quick.
and make it quick. Because if
How is that shocking?
do you know? Because if I've decided,
You're gonna make someone a murderer now?
if
They'd be
I-
alright.
No, it's called what's it
That's
called?
what you said it was.
Euthanasia.
Euthanasia.
Euthanasia. I gave you
For greater good.
Because if I've decided I'm not gonna fight, yeah, and I'm not gonna eat anybody alive and whatnot, I haven't got the time for my body to deteriorate. That's gonna be so painful and slow.
But imagine
But
having
why
your-
would you have? I'm not even being funny here. What's the big deal with eating people?
I didn't say
can't.
there was. I said that. What did I say?
For me, it
before?
is.
First, I'm not a fussy eater.
There's no shame in my game. For me, it is a big deal to eat people.
Not to
I don't
say
even-
like you're not doing it for fun. It's not for sport. Like
No, but
there's
that's
a
what I'm saying.
reason.
But what am I
Like
surviving
there's a
for?
reason why you're doing this.
To what end? I don't. This is not.
So they
cooked.
come
I'm
and
eating
find
people
you.
raw.
So
But
they
then
come
what
and
if they don't
find
find
you.
you?
I'm
Then
eating
what?
people raw. I'm sorry, but surviving is not that deep for me in that kind of situation. I'm eating people raw. I've just been in a car crash. That's stressful as it is. I'm cold as heck. And then now I have to eat people that I've bonded with on account of we're all in this predicament together. Heaven is a great place. And you might be seeing me sooner than I think.
They made
It's
the
just nah.
human flesh look like sashimi. Sashimi. I don't know how you say it. Sashimi. So it wasn't like you're seeing my skin like this and you're going. They took all of that off and then they cut little pieces up and then said, "Here you go."
That's suya.
Maybe I don't know what that is.
Suya, the Nigerian meat.
Okay.
Yeah, man, no. I'll be honest. I'm a picky eater when I have all the luxuries in the world to not be a picky eater. No. I know myself. That's why I said I'm giving up. I know myself. If there's no chance of me walking to civilization or being rescued, or if they don't even know that we were on this plane, let's just say it was a hijack situation, they didn't even know we were on this plane and whatnot, there's no point. I know myself.
They all thought that they were being every single day that they were looking for them. That's what they all thought.
Yes,
And then-
I'll wait it out.
Then they managed to get a radio, and then they heard that they called it off, and they said that they would come back in February
No way.
when the weather's better. So if you were waiting it out, that
Yikes.
would have
That would definitely kill me.
that would have killed you mentally, spiritually.
Yeah, but you know, when people die mentally, though, they die straight away, though, physically as well.
But they said 18 bodies,
give up.
yeah. So that's enough people to keep you going for months, isn't it?
Raw.
No.
Why not?
Why would it?
What month were they in when they
You said
said?
they was cutting off little pieces of flesh and thingy. 18 whole
but
humans.
You're not gonna cut off a little piece of flesh, and then that's it. That's my quota for the day. You're still hungry, right?
No, you gotta ration yourself.
I hear that, but after a while,
18 bodies
No, but
can't
you know what
last
it
you
is.
a few
No, but
months.
after a while, you start thinking.
18.
No, but after a while, you start thinking we can ration this food and eat like we're poor, or we can just start eliminating people to last us until February, and then that way we've consistently got more food, and that's where the situation comes. Because think about this situation anyway, messes up everyone's heads. So now people are looking at you, and who you thought was your best friend in this predicament is actually looking at you like, can't wait for you to die because I can eat you.
to be honest, when
This is it.
when the majority of them decided they were going to be cannibals, they didn't talk about not having enough food anymore. So maybe you're right. It was enough.
There would be, I think. So we said they had the conversation about are we going to be cannibals now, basically?
Yeah, each of them will pose that particular question. There was one particular guy who held out for as long as he could. Because he said Jesus wouldn't be able to forgive him.
Is that what?
I think
And in the end, he named it. Because they wanted him to journey with them to go to the next place, next land, where they thought it was. And they needed him. So he was like, all right, cool. If it's for you guys to save another life, then I'll eat it. And he ate it. But he died anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a sad story. I actually thought that he was going to live because he was narrating it.
Oh, is it?
But he was narrating it from the grave.
when I showed us that.
Did any of them make it?
Yes. It ended beautifully.
See
They
you now.
ended up finding a heat-proof material.
Is it?
And then,
What?
that
Was
was...
it on the plane?
Yeah, because they found the tail of the plane. And it was insulated.
Oh.
And they decided to take off, 3 of them, to just keep walking and not come back. Obviously, once they find land, then...
You can send for
Yeah,
help.
yeah. And they got to the point where they thought it was just over the ridge. And then they looked. It was just hella mountains with snow on it. And they're like, ugh. And then one guy was like, okay, I'm going back. He's like, are you dumb?
We're halfway there.
Yeah, he might as well die
That
going
way,
this way.
yeah.
Just that.
Yeah.
And he said, all right, fair enough. Because he said, can you walk with me? Like, I was very poetic, obviously. Can you walk with me whilst I go and die? And he kept walking. And all of a sudden, you're seeing, I don't know if it was a day or whatever, but you saw him like a Mountie. A guy on horseback. The Mountie was in Canada. But a guy on horseback. And then I thought it was a mirage because you're bound to be
Yeah, you're
delusional.
hallucinating.
Then there was water. They were drinking water. I thought it was a mirage because how they jumped from where they were to
All of a sudden now to
him-
yeah.
it must be dreaming. It wasn't.
So the all 3 made it.
Yeah, 2.
The one I wanted to go back, did he make it?
Yeah, with the guy who walked with
Oh,
the
that was
other
him.
guy.
He
So
went back.
did they leave people?
He died.
Did they leave people?
Yes, and then
They sent help.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
And then they got, so the people
Yes.
that they left
Yes.
got saved too?
yes.
oh, that's
Oh, that's
beautiful.
great.
Yeah, yeah.
film.
And
See, I
then-
feel like I've seen it now.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
had
yeah,
that.
yeah. Sorry, it just came out. Sorry, spoiler. Oh
It's too
crap!
late.
It is, but it's a true
We
story.
had a whole topic of the day on the thing. It's fun.
It's a true story. So anyway, so when everybody celebrated, rejoiced in this time,
Yeah, of course.
right? And then they were cleaning them off and whatnot, and then there was a female nurse or something, and then he was just naked and he would clean them off, and he just looking at her like,
That would.
and
Do you
she's
know
like,
what's
"Yeah,
so
it's fine,
mad?
you
Do you know?
can do it.
She did what? I'll do what?
It's fine, you can look at me.
Do you know what's so mad? Because was she naked?
No, he was naked.
And he was one looking at her like that. I never give him the ick. I know
Oh,
you've
is
just
it?
been through shit.
It's been
I
a minute
know
though,
you-
allow it a minute.
I know you've been through shit, but that is giving me the ick.
How long were they out
Ew.
there for?
Imagine it's 2 days.
Let me find out.
I hate when films do stuff like that and they've been through everything. They're like, oh, you've only been missing for 2 days. Don't be stupid.
Eating people after 2 days.
2 days. You didn't even try. That'd be so funny. I might actually watch it just for.
Nah, it was really good to be honest, and obviously it's in a different language and.
Oh, I haven't got time for that.
No, I ain't watching that then.
Girl, how did you know?
Oh, it's
I have
subtitles.
to have reading subtitles.
Anything,
I've got
yeah.
pay attention. Pay attention.
anything that's dubbed is
No, don't worry about it.
Fuck
But
that
you
shit.
Can I dub it?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll do that
yeah. You can listen to it in a different.
in English.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
well-
it was cool, man. And the fact that it is that didn't really talk about the cannibalism afterwards. It was like an offering, but it didn't really look like human flesh anyway. It really didn't.
What, with the way they prepared it?
Yeah, they can't get you human flesh for the film.
But they clean the bones, bro.
Well, you would too.
Nah, but in your mind, right? You're looking at the human body. Why are you not seeing anything left? Why are you cleaning everything? Where's the scalp?
When you say they clean, as in they're eating it all, right?
It was just flipping
Bones left.
bones.
So cartilage gone, everybody.
Everything was
The
gone.
crunchy bits.
Yeah, when man hungry, man eat. My whole thing is that I'm just worried about there's no fire. That's bro.
Mama, they didn't bathe also, right? So that's hella seasoning.
Yeah, but I wouldn't mind that though.
And you,
My worst would just be coming in my period
puts
one time.
lips, it, everything. The clit gone.
The clit.
Obviously. It was just skeleton bones. A bumhole. This is not right.
Yeah, man.
Look at people differently after that.
I don't think you would. I think you're just happy you survived. I don't think you look at people differently after that.
Once you decide you're going to eat
People are
human body,
eating
there's
us,
no... Why
yeah.
is there parts that's off limits for?
Exactly. People are eating ass here when they've got access to all the best foods in normal. And then you think when the situation.
And toes. You've seen
People are
some
eating
people's
chicken
toes?
feet on a normal day as part of their cuisine.
Nah, they cook it. Don't do that.
It doesn't matter. You're eating it. But ass ain't cooked and put in the bedroom. They eat that raw.
They don't eat it.
Janae said y'all be eating booties like groceries, so someone's been ate.
Someone's
Someone's been ate.
So y'all would do it?
No.
Yes, you would.
I told you my situation.
Have you ever been hungry like that though?
I've been very hungry.
I don't know if we've ever been hungry to the point where it is that you know that there's no food, there's no grocery.
I've been hungry enough to
there's
try
no-
something that I wouldn't usually try. Like I was hungry one time and I tried salt and vinegar crisps. And I was like, it's actually not that bad. But I liked it because I was hungry. Normally I'm not picking that. I'm getting from cocktail. So out of desperation of hunger, I was like, I'll try that.
That's not
And it's worked.
desperation.
That is so funny. One time I was so hungry, I ate salt and vinegar.
That's true.
Honestly, I really liked it. I thought, oh, this is lovely. I never went back again when I wasn't desperate.
Tell me something. What is the most poverty meal that you've eaten?
Ooh.
Pilchards.
Huh?
See, mine's a cultural thing though. It's not poverty.
Gary.
But yeah, Gary.
What is that?
It's basically, you know what we make eba with? It's like
What is
cassava, but it's grounded basically. Maize. It's not maize, it's cassava, isn't it? I'm sure Gary is cassava.
Nah, give me something more.
But it's basically
poverty than
grounded,
that.
yeah.
Give
And
me
then you
something more
basically
poverty than
put
that.
water in it. And
I
that,
wish I had a poverty meal.
For example,
Corned beef and rice.
No.
That's not
that's not poverty.
poverty.
How much corned beef is like
That's
£6 now.
elite.
No, that's because they clocked that black people like it and they started putting the price up. But before, you can get that. You can get that
Bread and
cheap.
ketchup?
Bread and ketchup.
Ketchup.
Yeah.
That's wild. No.
Beans on toast.
Cornflakes and no, yes, beans is a nice little staple.
It's nice, but it's cheap.
It's what
Bread
they give
and
them
ketchup- bread and
I'm a
ketchup ain't a
celebrity.
meal.
It can't be that great.
Nah, as in you guys had to basically, like, well, your parents had to
Make
basically-
do with what's in the fridge.
Yeah, until something happened, whether money
Okay.
hadn't come in that day, that
No.
month or whatnot. How
Think-
about cornflakes and water?
No.
No.
Can't relate.
Thank God. That's a blessing. Don't take that for granted.
Crackers and milk.
No, I like crackers
It
anyway.
Mashed
just,
up
sounds, it
crackers
just
and
sounds
milk.
like a snack.
Yeah, they're just snacks. That's
So
not
this
like
is this
meals.
is when there's no meat, there's no anything. That's all there is.
Still sounds like a snack though. I can make do.
That's what I'm saying. So what is it for y'all?
What's a make do?
Yeah.
Fried dumplings.
Indomie.
Never mind.
You can't go wrong. Flour. All we need is flour and water.
I hear you, but if you can make bread, then surely you're good. You can.
Yeah,
can
you are
survive
good
on
to be fair. If
carbs.
you can make bread, yeah.
Bread and water. What, bread
You
and
said
butter?
bread and ketchup. Bread and ketchup is more expensive, so bread and water sounds. Yeah, just having just bread, and you got nothing, no filling for the bread. So yeah, that's a make do
Tuna
meal.
and pasta?
Tuna and pasta. That's tuna pasta. That's a whole dish.
That's poor cheap, isn't it?
Yeah, people sell that in like.
Again, I'm
regular-
thinking of old school though, when we was being like growing up as kids and that, because all the stuff that was cheap back then is expensive now. Like tins of tuna ain't cheap now.
It's again lobster.
You get what I'm saying? So they're messing up man's broke meals.
There's a night when I didn't eat. There was nothing to eat,
Mm-hmm.
and I think my mother apologized to us. Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Think about it now. It's a bit sad.
that's deep.
Yeah. I don't even know why.
That's
it
deep,
was as well.
actually.
I think it was money hadn't come in, and it was when we just came to the country. So
Okay,
that should have still not happened.
that's actually deep. Did you just remember that?
Yeah.
See when your memory unlocks something, it's like, whoa, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's deep.
Anyway.
Oh, happens to the best of us, man. Told you, man. There's certain times only flour in the crib, man. Fry up them dumplings, boy. Get them all fluffy as you can.
I could live on that.
No, but it's out of necessity.
You
There's
know
no,
what's
it's
killing
not
me
choice. Like, do you get what I'm trying to
Brent's
say?
for the past 5 minutes straight trying to get us think about something. We didn't come with nothing. He tells his story now.
No,
you're saying
I don't know
happens
what's
to
in the
best of us.
flipping document. I
It never happened to you. That happens to- don't try and tap in on someone else's story.
thought it was.
Yeah,
It
to be
has to be
honest,
more than cannibalism, surely.
no, but this is no. The questions he's been asking is from the document.
Oh.
Yeah.
Were you watching it? Were you looking at the document? Were you? You're spitballing.
No, I was looking at the document
All right. Okay.
initially. Well, I started and then
All right. So have we wrapped that up?
I think we have.
All
There
right
isn't really
then.
much to it.
there's not much
Actually,
to
you're
it.
leading it. So.
Basically, if you crash on a plane with us, yeah, let's go and get 8. Literally. We'll do it, right? That's it. That's the general consensus. We gonna do it?
You can eat my
Esther's-
ass.
Alright, okay,
Esther's
cool.
gonna die,
I'll be
but-
the ass you eat.
Don't talk to me like that. I said you'll be eating my
Y'all
ass.
can eat my ass. Because you want it so much. Go on then. I'm dying
Oh
for it.
man, I don't
You're
know.
gagging for it.
Time limit then. How long did it take you to crack?
It would
I
take me a
don't
long
think you
time.
know, man. I think it
It'll
just
take me a
depends
long
on when you
time.
start hallucinating.
I
and
think
start
you
getting,
land and I
like,
crack.
mad.
Do you know it's been a car crash? Sorry, a plane crash, sorry. It's intense, you know. I feel as soon as we land or we crash,
But then
and then you look at all you're seeing is white.
But then also,
Gosh, Jesus, take the wheel.
no. But then also, I'm gonna see it as there's a reason why God didn't kill me in this crash. There's a reason why I'm still here. Do you know what I mean? Because if you're saying that people died in a crash, I could have been or should have been one of those people.
Yeah, but what
I'm
if you
not.
died?
So
You didn't exist, or you didn't survive to survival. You actually end up dying like 2 days later.
yeah,
Is there still a reason?
That would piss me off.
Do you know what I'm saying? So
They just wanted me to suffer.
I will only
for
think there's
shits
a
and
reason why I
giggles.
survived if I make it. If I don't make it,
But then for me,
Kill
I'm
me in a
gonna
crash.
fight to make it. Then is my point.
That makes-
Because
Oh,
if
okay,
I
I get you,
didn't- If I
okay.
didn't die in the crash, there's a reason why I'm meant
Okay,
to
I
be
get you,
here.
yeah.
So
So that put a pep
I'm
in your step.
gonna.
My problem is
I hear you, actually, that makes
my
sense.
thing's premeditated in the sense of not that like I'm gagging for her or anything like that, but like, I'm very
Strategy.
from the second we crash, I'm very much aware of where this is going. From the second before I'm even hungry, I'm gonna clock and realize,
Yep,
oh
this is
god,
serious.
one of us is food.
One of us is food.
is food. And then you have to start weighing up the options, thinking about who the better meal is going to be, or if it be survival of the fittest. Do you just pick off the weak one and help them die?
I have a better question, I think,
Huh?
to actually gauge your character. Let's say you all knew that where you're landed, or crashed, sorry, there is a patrol every 15 days. And you only have food for 2 days.
Ooh.
Right? And you've landed, you've crashed, and you have to kill in order to make the food stretch. There's nowhere else to get food from, right? And if you reduce the numbers, the food would stretch until the patrol comes. Would you kill?
I don't know everybody on this plane, do I?
No.
Yes, I'll kill.
Didn't even let the question land.
And knowing that the only place you can find shelter is in the hull of this flipping half plane. You're not going anywhere. You can't kill and then hide somewhere else so that people don't look at you like a flipping killer.
Different.
Yeah, but the crazy
No,
thing
they're gonna
is,
look at me-
even
they're
if
gonna
you
look at me
ki-
like a
even if you
leader.
kill, even if you kill, if people are chopping the same food, then how are you looking at me as a murderer? If you're
Yeah,
gonna
because
eat
I'll
the
kill
food?
him and leave the body over there. These all come.
Wait. You have to kill one person every day.
Oh,
Why?
This is my scenario.
Oh, okay.
you're not gonna eat a whole. You're not gonna eat.
just be a madman.
I'm not gonna lie. You're not gonna eat a whole body. You're not gonna eat a body a day. That's too much
No,
food.
forget about cannibalism anymore. You're not trying to be a cannibal.
Now you're just trying to be a murderer.
He's just trying to kill child.
Now you're just trying to kill at this point. You get me? If it's
So
that-
you would one person a day?
yeah, if I'm a, I
Yeah, but
got
how are we
that.
deciding who's going a day though?
Precisely. Would you play games?
Nah, I'm not going out like that.
Not games as in card
Like,
games.
whoever
but-
the losers
Precisely.
leave, the losers the one we're killing.
So it's
No,
I'm turning a knife on you.
so how would you do it?
I'm gonna decide who's dying. You think I'm doing equal opportunity? You think
Okay,
I'm
how
playing?
you decide who's
You think
dying?
I'm playing stupid games where I could potentially die?
No,
How
obviously.
how you decide who's dying, please?
Huh?
How you deciding who's dying?
I'm just gonna weigh up more pros and cons.
You ain't got no cheeks. You're up.
I'm gonna do pros and cons.
Oh my goodness.
Like-
You're miserable all the time. You're not bringing nothing to this
To the table.
to the table.
Serious.
Yeah, you're gonna go.
So you be
Then I'll
telling
just start-
them
I'll
if
start
you're not
lobbying.
if you're not on a jokey vibesy thing during the day when it is that we're not making a decision, then you're the next person to go
And I'll whip the votes. I won't necessarily make them feel like I've made the decision. I'll just go around
This
and
is
whip the
giving
votes.
Squid Game,
And
as in the real one.
yeah, and just get everybody to be on board to realise that this person needs to go.
Yeah.
And then it's cool, let's do it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it is. If I knew that you would deciding that you're gonna kill people, I would look to kill you first while you're sleeping.
I'd join your team.
Or while you're having sex with someone.
And that's the
That's what I'm saying.
not while you're having sex, but that's
in
the
my
problem.
head,
Though.
he would be doing that in the corner.
Yeah, 'cause when you're being too loud, the general place where everyone should be sleeping.
Sex
But
does
no,
keep you
that's the
warm
thing.
though in the cold.
It does, but none of them participated in that.
Nah, I think we've got a lot on our minds.
Yeah, I think they had the priorities and all that. They was thinking about survival.
Yes, I
I
thought
find some of that
that's
so
what you
interesting.
were suggesting when you said you wanted to keep warm.
Yeah, but also you got to save your energy. So
So
it's
more
a-
hungry.
Yes, it's a tough one. I think you could sleep naked, but I don't think you should be having sex.
Sleep naked.
Sleep naked is cold.
Yeah, but you get more from the body heat.
Wait a minute. What? You're telling me that you would be warmer taking your clothes off at night and sleeping naked with somebody close to you than keeping your clothes on and having that same intimacy?
If we're naked and skin's touching it and then we're wrapped together, we're going to be warmer than individually. That's facts.
I didn't say when you say individually.
Why are
what
you
talking about?
smiling so hard?
You're picturing it.
I'm picturing us.
Fuck off. There is no us.
Wait, did I make that? That's facts. I think we'll be warmer. We'll be warmer if the skin touching. So say that if we're wrapped in a cocoon.
I'm not sure if that's accurate. That sounds interesting. I'm not sure if that's accurate.
I think that's a fact. Ain't that a fact?
Having sex makes you warm.
No, when you touch body heat, skin to skin contact will be warmer.
Yeah, because I swear that's when people hurdle up and stuff when they're in
And
that
take
kind
the
of
clothes
position.
off.
Yeah, I don't know about
I
taking
hear
clothes
you
off.
huddling up.
Yeah, I'm not talking about nakedness. I'm just talking about.
He's talking about nudity.
So you want me? No,
He
I'll
wants
be more
every
cold.
single night to take your clothes off and then huddle up.
No, because we're all warm with our clothes on. So why don't I help you make you warmer with my clothes on and your clothes on?
Because you release body heat through places.
Nah, man, I ain't getting naked for that.
I'm not being funny. In my mind, I'm being serious.
I actually think you believe what you're saying.
Actually, are you ever cold in the arms, in the warm embrace of another naked person?
Are you what?
Are you ever cold when you're embracing somebody naked?
This is not the question that we're asking.
If we
Picture
was
the
out in the
environment.
cold, yeah, and this might sound stupid, yeah.
Actually, yeah, bumping booties.
Thank you for starting that way. Go on.
This might sound stupid, yeah.
You're so cheeky.
But our hands are going to be warmer if we touch them and lock them like this, like raw, rather than if we both had gloves on.
I hear you. That is true, no? It is true.
That's what I'm
Because
thinking.
you've got body heat.
I
yeah.
don't know
If
because
we both had gloves on and we was touching each other, it's not going to do what it would do if it
So
was
what you're
just raw
saying
touching.
is that the homeless people that you see on the street
Should be naked.
They should be naked with other homeless people.
and hugging each other.
Facts. Facts.
He just solved
He
hopelessness.
just wanted them to die.
Quick.
Quicker.
Wait, there's someone in the chat saying me. It's facts.
I'm sure that it sounds plausible to quite a few people in the chat.
It would though, because Mark said it.
Margs is right.
Oh.
There you go.
When
Ben
is
who
Mars
says that. Though.
wrong?
Sometimes your co-sign has to come from a very.
He's not lying.
Who is
Chims.
it?
Chims. Ed.
Okay, I like Jim. So fair.
See, I feel like skin to skin is going to be better.
This is what guys say to get you naked. Is that you off pint?
Anyone angling to get the gal them naked on the side of the mountain after we just crashed, they got issues.
No, but wait, you were gonna be having sex on the tail of the flipping plane.
I never said sex. I said naked cuddles.
Oh,
I think sex is a step too far.
well, given the circumstances.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't think about sex in a situation where you're not even sure you're gonna be alive tomorrow, I feel like you have a problem, man.
Yeah, because that's not even going to be enjoyable. You're going to be having sex crying. You're just thinking about the situation and all that. No.
Thinking this knowing the guy I like. The guy I like is in LA waiting for me to land. Damn. Hate to see it. Anyways.
All right.
All right, then let's get into more headlines then, man.
Yes, please. was on Word on Road. My bad. Nope. There we go. Okay. So we are going to China on this headline. So the winner of Taiwan's presidential election says voters have shown the world how much we cherish democracy after his party, which champions autonomy from China, secured a third term. Lai Ching-te, the leader of the Democratic Progressive Party (DPP), is set to replace Tsai Ing-wen, who has served the limit of 2 terms. It is the first time a party has won a third term under Taiwan's current electoral system. Voters cast their ballots in the presidential and parliamentary election on Saturday after a campaign overshadowed by tensions with China, which claims the territory as its own. China, which has been ramping up military pressure on Taipei and described the contest as a choice between war and peace, said it will not give up on reunification following the results. And our next headline is about Sadiq Khan doing the most. So Sadiq Khan's Transport for London tried to fleece drivers out of a massive £23.1 million through fines, which wrongly said their cars were not Ulez-compliant. TfL has admitted that drivers of compliant cars with missing emissions data will be slapped with an £180 penalty charge if they do not pay the £12.50 a day Ulez charge. But since the introduction of the Ulez in 2019, what was last year? In 2019, 128,577 fines, totaling more than £23.1 million, have been cancelled after drivers managed to prove that their cars in fact did meet emission standards. ULEZ rules state that to be compliant, cars, petrol or diesel, have to release less than 0.08 grams of NOx, harmful pollutants per kilometre. This information has been recorded by manufacturers on the certificates of conformity since the late 1990s. But the DVLA did not start routinely logging this until the mid-2000s, meaning that cars from this period are likely to have a blank entry for this crucial piece of data. Now, last headline in the segment is about AI. So artificial intelligence is set to affect nearly 40% of all jobs, according to a new analysis by the International Monetary Fund, IMF. IMF's managing director, Kristalina Georgieva, says in most scenarios, AI will likely worsen overall inequality. Ms. Georgieva, I'm pronouncing this different every time, adds that policymakers should address the troubling trend to prevent the technology from further stoking social tensions. The IMF said AI will likely affect a greater proportion of jobs, put at around 60% in advanced economies. In half of these instances, workers can expect to benefit from the integration of AI, which will enhance their productivity. In other instances, AI will have the ability to perform key tasks that are currently executed by humans. This could lower demand for labor, affecting wages and even eradicating jobs. Meanwhile, the IMF projects that the technology will affect just 26% of jobs in low-income countries. That is it.
So I've asked Bad. What is this? I've asked Bad the question.
Mm-hmm. What's the question?
It's about the naked and the clothed.
Mm-hmm. And naked and clothed.
Yeah. All right. So there are pros and cons, and Bad basically says it depends. So, huddling naked, pros: direct skin-to-skin contact. This allows for the fastest and most efficient transfer of body heat, potentially raising the core temperature of everyone in the huddle faster. There's no insulation barrier. Clothes can trap cold air between the body and the fabric, reducing the effectiveness of body heat sharing. The cons: increased heat loss. Exposed skin loses heat to the surrounding environment much faster than skin covered by clothing. This can lead to rapid hypothermia, especially in extreme cold. Psychological discomfort. Being naked in a cold environment can be psychologically stressful, potentially hindering the group's ability to stay calm and focused. The huddling with clothes on, pros: insulation. Clothing acts as a barrier between the body and the cold environment, slowing down heat loss and helping to retain body heat. Protection from wind and moisture. Clothes can shield the body from wind, chill, and moisture, which can significantly increase the risk of hypothermia. And psychological comfort. Wearing clothes in cold weather can provide a sense of security and comfort, potentially aiding the group's morale. And cons, reduce heat transfer. Clothes can create an air gap between bodies, making it less efficient to share body heat. And bulkiness and movement restriction. Bulky clothing can restrict movement and make it difficult to huddle close together. So which is better? In small groups, 2 to 3 people, in extreme cold conditions, minus 30 or below, huddling naked might be a viable short-term survival strategy. The rapid heat transfer could be crucial for raising core temperatures quickly. However, this should only be considered as a last resort due to the increased risk of hypothermia. For larger groups or in less extreme cold, huddling with clothes is generally the safer and more sustainable option. The insulation provided by clothing will help to conserve body heat and prevent rapid heat loss.
Yeah, because imagine being in a hurdle, yeah, all naked and shit, and then the breeze hitting your bum.
No,
We outside the circle. I'd be fuming. What the hell do you mean my front is warm, my back is not?
no, you gotta use your clothes as covers.
And you know when you're cold, it's like dry cold.
You'll have to stitch the clothes together though.
They tie them together. You use like be naked together. Then obviously you don't need the cover. I'm not saying have your raw bum out on the mountain. That sounds freezing.
It is. Oh, that'd be a sight for sore eyes, I tell you, mate. The booties out there. The image I have in my head is so funny. Anyway, it's time to pay some bills. Let's get into Word on Road.
I don't know what I just read, but why is the chat suggesting that Marx was right?
Because I was right.
The keys.
They said it depends.
The chat said it might.
Brother, from the information that you just read out from Bard, it's made me feel that I was right.
Serious?
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
It's funny how people compute things, isn't it?
Fascinating. But never
The
mind.
bar did not say you were right.
Take what you will.
People just hear what they want to hear.
When that happens to you all, do that.
God forbid. I said when. Dear. All right. So the weekend. Stuff I'm talking about is just the things that have really been trending over the weekend. People have been having hella discourse about. And I think some of you are liars. So I'm here to let you know why. So basically, America's favorite couple, which I actually really like them now. I'm going to start listening to their podcast. TJ Holmes and Amy Robach. They're the ones who worked on Good Morning America. And then we're both married and we're dating behind the scenes. And then both got fired, still together. But then the previous partners then got together. Beautiful love story. But anyway, so they've got a podcast, which I've spoken about on here. And they were basically talking about the alcohol intake last year. So they're doing a dry January, basically, as majority of people do. And they're basically talking about... Is it here? Okay. And
There.
what did you say?
He said there.
And basically, they were saying... what was it? So let me read what they actually said. So they said, I'm certainly somebody who right now and in years past needs to re-examine my relationship with alcohol. And that's what we are doing. And I think this is something that a lot of people should do anyway. Mm. And they said that basically, they're talking about why it is that they're not drinking at the moment. And basically just said that there was a time where Amy said that there was a time where her alcohol intake was over 30 drinks a week.
Damn.
Yeah. And that was last year. I guess things were hard for the minute. And she said, that is appalling to me. That is embarrassing to me. And that is not what I wish it were. But she says that it was jaw-dropping and she said she could easily go through 18 drinks a day.
18?
Yeah, this is what he said then. He could easily go through 18 drinks a day. He said that it would be easy for him to have 2 drinks in at like 10 a.m. after a run. After a run is killing me. But yeah, he said he could easily have 2 drinks after a run at 10 a.m. And then she said she would drink at least 2 drinks during lunch. And then she said that if they were out and about as well, it would remain the same. And then he said that he could easily have a drink in his hand from 2 in the afternoon until about 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Well, there you
And it
go.
also revealed how much money in December alone that they spent on alcohol. Guess how much it was?
20 grand.
Okay, they're not homeless. They said they're not in rehab. I just said, guess. No, it's not 20 grand. That's
10.
way too much.
5.
No.
10.
2,000.
Okay, I'll just stop with the guessing game. It's 2,869. Yeah,
That was close.
basically. But in December alone is mad. Just on alcohol, you know. That's not your rent. That's not your food. That's not your outings. That's not your clothing.
Yeah, 3 bands on liquor is bonkers. Still.
Mad. But they said
That's
that.
lunch though, man. I could do alcohol with lunch all the time.
To be fair, they did say they thought the number would be higher. I reckon it was higher in other times. I reckon December's when they started to wind down a little bit. And if they spend Christmas with other people, that means there were other people's bills during that time. But so basically, when obviously they spoke about this, the clip went viral and whatnot. And people were very, very. I feel like people were very mean, and I feel like people were mean because I feel like. I think it's easy to pass judgment because they've actually sat down and done the maths on how much they drink. But some of the people that are judging, if you sit down and do the maths on how you drink as well, you'll be shocked. And I feel that was out of order. Because a lot of people as well, I feel like alcoholism is an issue in society anyway. It's definitely a British thing. That's why British people are not liked wherever we go in the world, boy. Because y'all just get drunk off one beer and start acting a damn fool. But I feel like it is a thing in the world. And I think I like the fact that they spoke about it. As embarrassing as they said they felt talking about it, I feel like it's a healthy conversation for a lot of people to start having. And in the hopes that, you know, there can be some things. Because I feel like a lot more people have an alcohol problem. Like,
I think that's just a
alcoholics.
human problem, isn't it? That's not even like a culture thing. We spoke about this before when you were saying like they drink a lot in Nigeria and that.
I think it is a cultural thing, though.
In Nigeria, they drink a lot.
I do think it is a cultural thing, though. I feel like some
every
cultures...
culture drink, like them old Asian men rinse liquor, them Turkish men on the raki and all that. Turkish men love liquor.
Russian men.
The Russian, like, I honestly, I just think it's a human problem. Obviously, you got different cultures and everybody can...
It is a human problem, though, 100%.
It is, isn't it?
It is, but
people love
it needs to be looked
alcohol
into,
too
though.
much. And again, I don't think anybody's any worse than anyone.
Another, yeah. I feel like I didn't like the fact that they were getting cooked the way they were getting cooked. I didn't think it was fair.
It was probably because the amount they're spending in a month on alcohol, people don't even earn.
There is that.
There's that.
That's going to play a
That's
big
true.
part in it.
And obviously the
Still
state of the
haters.
world now and how everybody's financial situation is set up.
'Cause he
Like,
lives.
it makes them come across quite...
Like, read the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is, to be fair, more than the alcoholism.
No, but people were actually saying as well, there's a whole thread on stuff. Someone talked about how drinking 30 drinks a day is just...
That is excessive, though.
It's excessive, yeah.
Very excessive.
And then someone was basically saying how people need to be... First of all, she was saying that people shouldn't be judged as harshly because that's how... Like, alcoholism is an actual illness. And so for people to be able to look into it and deal with it, blah, blah, there needs to be that, I guess, that space for them to actually be able to talk about and admit that they have that without fear of you making them feel away in it, basically. And then she was also saying that people are not being honest in terms of how much that they drink. So it's like, yeah, you can see 30 is excessive. However, look within and look at yourself as well. Some of you actually consume 30 in a week, which is still not great.
There's
I think something to look into, man.
they got to like redefine certain of these things.
And people are like, how are we measuring drinks? Is there a shot?
There's a step before alcoholism that people...
What's that step?
I don't know. That's why they need to redefine it. I know bare people. I'm probably
step
one
was
of them.
fine,
Like
actually.
we drink too much, but we're not
Too much,
alcohols. We're not really alcoholics. We're not.
I think people are.
We're not dependent on it. We're not
I think people are.
necessarily addicted to it.
I honestly see it different. I actually think they are.
Maybe
I think
what I'm trying to say. That's what they give it a new name. Is that step before alcoholic?
Yeah, but you know,
that
like,
a lot of people are in.
because you say a lot of people aren't dependent on it because they tell themselves that. I feel like it's like the weed situation. People don't think that because they haven't admitted to themselves they're dependent on it. But if you actually think about it,
No, but
how many
weed's
people
different.
feel like when they go out they have to drink, like they can't
That's
not
delusion.
drink.
That's delusion. The weed one's delusion. The one them
Delusion.
that say, "Oh, I'm not addicted to weed. I can quit whenever I want." That's delusion.
But the alcohol one, think about how many people cannot actually go out and not actually have a drink.
No, but
I think that's part of it.
kind of, but still, it's choice. But then
mild.
when you talk to alcoholics, so if you've been around alcoholics and like real alcoholics, they've got an issue. Like
But you know what
they've
it is? I
got
feel
a
like there's
problem. The way
levels,
they
though.
need the liquor and the way they work with the liquor is different. Like they need,
Yeah, but I
like,
think
they
there's
need
levels.
it.
That's what it is. I feel like it's levels. It's like it's like with cocaine, for example. Yeah, someone will just have it once in a while, or like every time they go out and whatnot, and then you got someone who's gonna sell their child for it. I feel like there's different levels. There's different tiers to it.
Still all cokeheads, isn't it?
So I feel like, but I do think that is something for everyone to look into. Though, like the whole alcohol thing is a bit deep. But anyways, good luck to them. I actually like them as a couple. I'm not gonna lie to you. What else am I talking about? Hold on, sorry. Yeah, also Jayda Wayda is in London at the moment. She was here over the weekend, and the people them online were arguing about what it is that she was here. So basically, she was here. She did a club appearance, which so you know in America, a lot of celebrities just do club
It's
appearances.
normal though, no, in America.
But do you remember that here? Remember like back in the day with Towie and stuff. And these are even Love Island, and they would just get paid to go to clubs. Like it's a thing here as well. We just don't hear it as much as it is in America.
Even in Africa. In
Yes.
Ghana, they do it.
They do it everywhere. So I'm not
They'll
understanding.
pay like an influencer to come to a
Just
club.
come
People
and
get paid for walkthroughs all the time.
Yeah,
That's
it's like
the-
Exactly.
they host the night basically.
Yeah, that's the-
Exactly, and that's basically what she was doing. And people were like, well, UK people, and they're all just like, oh, like, what is she doing here? She hasn't got talent, da da da.
Yeah, but she's getting the bag. She came here because she got the bag.
First of all.
She's got like 9 million followers. She must have some kind of.
And they were like,
support.
oh, all she is someone's baby mum. Little baby's baby mum. That's all she is. But she isn't. Because again, it's influence. Because she's... Because
I
I've
don't
heard
actually
that
know who
with the
this
girl.
person is.
You don't?
I probably learned her you saying her name on this show thing.
Yeah, she's really pretty. But to be fair, I didn't know all the rap. I only knew Cardi.
The
I
thing
don't know.
is, though,
I've had to...
because I'm not. I was having this conversation with my sister yesterday,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm not your generation, so I don't care about
About now.
these people like that. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I understand why people say she doesn't have talent, because if you're not
If you're not singing
if you're
or...
not in that kind of realm, you're not gonna know who she
It
is
is
and what
her.
she does. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's little baby's baby mum, right?
Basically, yeah.
But
also,
she has
though,
like
Has she got songs?
no,
No,
but
she's
she
got
has
her own
like a
businesses.
she's got business like a hair, like she's got a clothing line.
So what's she
Yeah.
doing on the stage? That everyone was
So
going
basically,
crazy
apparently,
for.
yeah, she was a millionaire at the age of 20.
Okay.
So before, so she
She had a
basically
hair
had money
business,
before.
yeah.
Yeah, she had money before she met Lil Baby, and she kind of had influence before she met Lil Baby.
So she's very influential, like
Yeah.
in terms of like lifestyle, fashion influencer, and like
Yeah.
hair. She is definitely a trendsetter.
I've also heard that basically with all the rappers' baby mums and whatnot, she's like the elite one because she just minds her business. She just dresses nice, and so like the influence, people flock to her. She's not the one doing crazy things to get influence. That makes sense. She just exists. And because she's never in drama, never in anything. She's
not
her man loves
problematic.
her. She loves her man. She minds her business, and then she just does things. And a lot of like the girls copy it. Like she would do a hairstyle, and all the girls are getting her hair like that. She would do this, and all the girls are doing that. Do you get what I mean? So she just minds her business. I feel like that's why she's got as much influence as she does. She literally just minds her business. But anyways, they were trying to say whatever they were saying and whatnot, and then kind of criticizing the younger girls who were at the club screaming their head off and whatnot. And then I feel like it's what you said, Gina. It's like it's the age difference. If you don't know about influence and stuff, you just wouldn't know. But anyway, she did post on her Snapchat and basically said, "You mad host couldn't cop a fan if it was hanging from the ceiling." Nicki lyrics, I can't remember. But it says, "Get that hate out of your heart." And then one of her followers asked her who she was talking about, and she said, allegedly the people trying to do a thing because the girls came out to support me at the club. Weird. Like I do shit every weekend in the States. But go on then. She don't know that the UK is set up like this.
Do you know what it is? It's
Because I don't
because
think-
again, it's a cultural difference, right? These things aren't common and popular over here, so we're always gonna find those things strange, if that makes sense.
And every time I was
But
And then you was trying to broke shame the man them and they bought her a Chanel bag.
yeah, someone bought a
See,
Chanel bag.
you talking about the UK man are stingy and
I personally
broke.
I think that's
And Jayda
pathetic.
Wayda's getting Chanel bags.
love that for her.
We debunked the whole theory.
I love that. But he
The man
bought a
has got
Chanel bag
money.
in the hopes of getting closer and he didn't.
How you know?
Because why else would he buy a Chanel bag?
How you know he didn't get close?
He didn't. That's Lil Baby's girlfriend.
Is her and little baby together?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, she's a good woman then. Because little baby's always fucking them porn star girls.
Okay, maybe she's
Exactly.
not
So
then.
they're always having.
Maybe she's not then.
Never mind.
I don't
No,
know.
she might be
I wouldn't
strong.
know.
She might be a real one, like
She's not a real one.
Colleen
We are not saying
Colleen
real
Rooney
people.
or Victoria Beckham.
We're not doing a real one situation. That is not the metric of being a real one.
That's the metric of being a good woman.
That's the metric of being the opposite of a good woman.
Thick and thin, respecting your vows,
They're not married.
ain't they?
No, she's his baby mother.
So what's next?
Not his wife.
So she's showing you why.
Oh, you know what?
Do you see?
Don't
Full
touch me.
circle. I love this show.
Don't-
Shut up.
I love this show.
Shut up.
Touch me.
You see?
Move your ticket up to tomorrow. Sick of your shit. Anyways, in other news as well, Alhan posted on his story over the weekend. Basically, yeah, there's a whole police investigation going on with this man on account of he misgendered somebody. So he basically posted on his story, he said, on the 2nd of January at 7 a.m., I was really awoken from my beauty sleep by 3 police officers buzzing my front door. Apparently, I am wanted after an investigation has been launched on criminal offences I may have committed. They told me if I didn't go for a voluntary interview, then I'd be arrested. I am currently under investigation for misgendering someone allegedly. I can't believe what society has become, LOL. Please do not call anyone sir or madam. It may land you in jail. My case is ongoing and everything I do online is being monitored closely by the CPS. I've been told for this reason I'll be off everything. Be back soon with more content. And then he then went on to post another story that actually, because he asked the officers, like, what is this about? And the female officer said that it's to do with a hate crime in relation to gender section, whatever section it was. And I'm just like, that's wild. Obviously, we don't know the story, but that's wild. But I guess it would be a hate crime.
Yeah, but if you misgender someone as a mistake...
That's what I'm thinking.
Because when you say misgender, it sounds innocent, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
You can't arrest somebody for that.
When you misgender... I'm seeing that term as like it's a mistake, so it wasn't intentional or malicious or whatever. That's why I'm like,
In my mind, it was. In my mind, it's exactly where yours at. Where if it was a mistake, how would you know? And obviously, no, that's something else. Because it's your gender to do with pronouns, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's all
the same shit.
Yeah, because say for example, someone
He could have
refers
just
to
walked.
someone's a they, right?
Yeah.
But you like a guy. How would I know you go by they?
Yeah.
And I say he. Well, not he. But you know what I mean? If I say refer to you as a him or he.
He could have just walked to the room and saw someone and said, "Hey, dude," and
now police at his front door.
now he's getting nicked.
Okay, so we all know Alhan.
Yeah.
So there is that. That's why we got
Yeah. So it wasn't just a case of accident, this, that, and next. Bear in mind, I don't even think that this should be a thing. You should not be able to be arrested just because you said that somebody's this particular thing. And I'm talking about the pronoun stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's wild to me. Especially seen as we live in a society where it's not just a one-way thing.
Yeah.
People still believe what they used to believe,
Yeah.
right? But Alhan, he definitely saucied that up.
Because I'm like, he moved very ignorant.
Someone in the chat saying that they see the video of him misgendering someone. He was taking the piss, basically.
There you have it then. It's a hate
then
crime.
there you go.
It's a hate crime. Because when I saw it, I'll be honest, when the person that's attached to this story, I said, I've seen how you move. I wanted the full story to come out. Do you get what I mean? So, and he never put a video out. He didn't. He just put up what we know. But for me, I don't think that's it. Cause I feel like when you make a mistake, like, you're granted grace to make a mistake like that. But if you're adamant, and then that's where you get into hate crime stuff. So
it's constantly calling a man he, if he wants to be referred to as she, of basis of hate crime.
yeah, I'll say that's hate crime.
Mm-hmm.
I think
we're just
that
going him.
Yeah, because you're doing to
to
antagonize them.
There needs to be some sinister element.
But he's a man, though.
But if someone told you what they are, how do you want to be referred to?
You can't tell me what you are.
No, I can, because
You
I'm the
can't.
person who is that.
You're not that. You can't just tell me what you are.
So if
Because
I
you
came
feel
to
like
you,
it.
if I look Jamaican and I said to you, I'm Nigerian, and you're gonna tell me, well, because you look Jamaican, you're Jamaican.
No, that's different. If
No,
you
it's
sit
not the same
here,
thing.
you said
This is what
if
I'm
I
saying.
tell you what you are, so you can step me tomorrow
but-
night. You can sit here and look at me in my eyes and say, "Margs."
I'm a boy.
You
have
can't
to
tell me.
accept it.
I don't.
You do.
I do not.
If you call me a she, I'm gonna
That's-
grass you up to the feds.
That's fine, and I'll tell the feds, and I'll take my day, and I'll take my chance in court.
Well, you don't take your chances until you take your time in jail.
Not jail. I'm pleading not guilty, and I got.
But you're guilty though.
I'm not. I'm going to plead
But
not
that's my
guilty,
thing then, because
and
my
I'm going
thing
to plead
is-
my case to 12 civilians. Yeah,
And they will all find you flipping guilty.
No, they won't. They're probably going to be normal human beings.
Okay, too far.
You be okay.
This is what I'm saying, right? Here's what I'm saying. Yeah, if someone tells you what they are, you can just not. If it makes you uncomfortable, or whatnot, you can just not address them. But if you insist and you antagonize them against what it is that they've said, I can see why that's a hate crime.
No, and
I
I
can
hear
see it.
that, but I believe the good people of this land wouldn't.
So you don't believe in the justice
Wouldn't convict
system.
me if I told them, look, sorry, I sat
be
down
so
with Esther for
surprised.
655 days as a woman, and then the next day she walked in and tried to tell me she's a man, and I couldn't comprehend that. I don't think they're sending me down. I just don't think they're sending me down.
I reckon they will. I think society's changed.
They'd have to handpick. They'd have to handpick that jury.
Not
like,
necessarily.
to set me up.
Society's really changed, you know. You'd be so shocked. You'd be so surprised how quick we open and close case. Very quick. The man don't listen to your evidence. You did that shit. Get him in.
Fair enough. I think hate crime's tough. I mean, if
I
there's
think
nothing
it
malicious
I
behind
think
it,
it depends on the maliciousness of the incident.
yeah.
Because knowing Alhan, it was definitely vindictive, bitter, malicious.
All of them.
All in there.
But don't you
100%.
think that if someone tells you that this is what their gender is and you insist that you're not going to call them that, don't you think that's got some maliciousness to it?
100%.
Nah.
How are you defining malicious?
Huh? Because it depends. Because some people, and
So I'd work. I think at work you have to go along with what they want to be
Known by, yeah.
identified as, I
Absolutely.
believe, because that's the policy at work.
Yeah.
Right? But on the street, I don't know if it is that's become a thing now.
Yeah, but that's still malicious though, don't you think?
I don't know what the rules are, yeah, but I feel like if you're gonna make if you make an effort, yeah, I think if you make an effort, it should be on people to respect it. You know what I'm trying to say? And if you want to be, if you're a man, if you was born the transgender person,
okay, yeah.
If you was born a man and you want to be a woman and you live your life like a woman and you do everything to be seen and live your life like a woman, then I think maybe it's only fair to respect this person's wishes and the efforts that they're making, and whatnot. Some of these brothers standing around, throw their dress on with their big bed, talking about I'm a she, talking about I'm a woman, and it's like,
I can't afford the.
No, but it's like, no, you're not, Killy. And I don't care how many different ways you want to say it. You can't just sit here and tell me this is what you want me to think, because you're not that. So I don't know what you want me to do. So you can't just tell me what you are, and I have to accept it. That's not fair to me.
They haven't been able to afford the surgery and whatnot.
All right, so whether misgendering someone in the UK constitutes a hate crime depends on the specific context and surrounding circumstances. Here's a breakdown. Legal framework. The UK protects individuals from discrimination and harassment based on various characteristics, including transgender status, under the Equality Act 2010. However, simply misgendering someone is not automatically a criminal offence. Key factors: intention. Was the misgendering intentional or accidental? Intentionally misgendering someone to offend or humiliate them could be considered harassment under the Equality Act. Impact. Did the misgendering cause the individual distress or fear? Serious harassment motivated by transgender status could potentially fall under the Public Order Act, leading to prosecution. Context. Where and how did the misgendering occur? Misgendering someone in a private conversation likely wouldn't qualify as a crime, while doing so in a public setting with malicious intent could lead to legal consequences. So that's right up Alhan Street.
That's the thing. So he's got that. You can't come and give us a half story and get people to rally behind you and whatnot. You got to give us a full story,
Let's do
bro.
the cheeky one.
Sir, you got to give us a full story, man. Because if you were harassing somebody, then that is harassment and whatnot. I don't think you're going to be arrested for, because it's a simple mistake. It's a mistake to make. So it is what it is. So all the best to him anyway with his court case. And then lastly, did any of you add something to Word on Road? I think it was you, man.
I did.
Oh, did it? Was it you?
Did you see?
They see you.
Do you think?
It changes your entire character straight away.
Literally.
Yeah.
You look more trustworthy.
Yeah.
Literally.
You look like you
Am
don't...
I really blind?
No, they're not as bad as I thought they'd be.
Okay.
They're not giving me a headache yet.
Yeah.
You actually look a nice... No,
You actually
you're
look
a nice guy.
No, but I could
But
actually...
you like... Someone could actually trust the door with you.
I could date you.
Is it?
It changes the game. If
So
I
I'm a
see
nice, wholesome man, and this is why I have clear lenses in my house. But I don't have them anymore.
You actually
got
look like
props.
a decent person. Like
you got
To
props.
fool people.
Huh?
To fool people.
Maybe.
No,
I used
yeah,
to have like loads of different like styles of like clear glasses that I just used to wear. Like this people used to
It
think I
actually
wear
is like a
glasses.
different drip. You look like a youth pastor. You know them churches when they,
where they're cool.
Maverick, yeah, the Maverick City kind of church.
Should I bring them back? Should I go get
No.
some glasses and just do this for a bit?
No.
If you want a favour from the babes.
Gina.
Yeah.
No, not for me.
How? You said you'd do it?
No, but I said, listen.
Moment of madness.
I'm not doing... Listen, you know what, let me just declare.
Gina said the quote has been hit this year.
Listen,
Foolishness. I'm
I'm
done.
not doing this year, you know. I'm not, I can't. I don't have the capacity. I don't want it. Cut the cameras. Like, see that guy where he's crying? That's me, so.
That's too funny, man. All right, Brent, Word on Road.
Yeah. Did you see the Mos Def and Drake debacle?
You said wahalla.
You did.
So,
Wahalla.
actually, I'm not talking to you, sorry.
I haven't engaged
An hour.
yet. Seen Image God
I'm
fighting for
childish.
Drake since it's happened on Twitter.
Do you know what the source?
What's the source?
All right. Let's have a goosey gander.
Of where Mos Def's talking?
Yeah.
I ain't watched it in full.
That's what I said. Let's see the source.
Kind of.
Yeah. I thought it was quite interesting.
Like, is Drake hip hop?
Oh, I saw this. I didn't listen though.
Why are you doing this to me?
Drake is pop to me, in the sense like if I was in Target in Houston and I heard a Drake song. It feels like a lot of his music is...
Hold up. Can't do this.
compatible with shopping.
I kind of get what he means though.
She's so cheeky for that.
Commercial music.
Or it's you know,
She's so beautiful.
shopping with an edge in certain instances.
Fair. I like Drake's music, but I understand exactly what you're saying.
Of course, I mean,
It's
I get
commercial, entertaining, fun, good,
it's-
formulaic music.
It's likable.
Likable music, yeah.
It's likable.
But is it? I'm gonna leave you alone. We're gonna move on.
Woo! So many products.
So many SKUs.
So many SKUs. Look at all these SKUs. Oh, so many products.
So much merchandising. So
Oh,
many barcodes.
I love this mall. Look at this place. I mean, look at this place. They have everything. Everything's here. They have everything here. Oh, this is great. This is a new Drake. You hear it? It's great. Okay. What happens when this thing collapses? What happens when the columns start buckling? Are we not in some early stage of that at this present hour? Are we seeing like the collapse of the empire? Buying and selling. Where's the message that I can use?
Right.
You know, what's in it for your audience apart from like banging the pom-poms?
Thoughts, Mags and Gina.
I get what he means in terms of it being like very commercial, but I feel like Drake has different sides to him though. Do you get what I mean? Like, I'm not a Drake fan, by the way, so I'm probably not the best person to speak on this, but I do feel like he has different sides. Like, do you know what I mean? He's got the unts Ibiza sounds. Then he has some like hip hop sounds. So I think he's just got a lot of range. Obviously, Mos Def is like conscious. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Talib Kweli, like power to the people, power to the people. So I get why for him he has that opinion. Do you get what I mean?
He must, like, them type of rappers, they would hate everything Drake stands for, innit? I'd think.
This is it. So I get it.
Yeah, I mean, that's his opinion. I suppose, yeah, because of who he is, I kind of get where he's coming from.
Do you think he's hip hop?
Who, Drake?
Mm.
Yeah, of course.
And that's the question that everyone say, oh, no, it's pop. And then it's starting to become who's better, Mos Def or Drake.
That's right,
But
Drake,
the main question was, is he hip hop?
Drake is pop, though.
Is he hip hop?
Yes.
All right.
But he's also pop. Exactly. That's why I said he's got range.
All popular music's popular music. And the key word's popular. If something can get so big and get...
Pop, it has characteristics that isn't just popular. I mean...
That's because there's a style of music here that is
100%.
actual pop music, yeah? That microwave bubblegum,
And he makes that too.
He knows how to make that.
Yeah.
But also with hip-hop, dancehall, Afro beats, anything that gets too big goes into the pop charts and turns someone into a pop artist. So pop artists make all different...
Artist.
There you go. So popular artists make all different range of music. So someone saying Drake is a pop artist, I don't think that's necessarily detrimental towards him because he's a hip hop artist. He's just so popular, and he's just so popular. His fan base is so big that he can cross over into that realm. Obviously, he can make the pop music when he's doing all the hotline blings and all these things, but it's still got the R&B and hip hop feel to it. He's definitely hip hop as far as I'm concerned.
So very baseline, you disagree with what he said regarding Drake being pop?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Fair enough.
Yeah, I do.
Now, question. The fact that people get onto Drake a lot about where he's now taking his music, do you think that's fair? Especially the hip-hop heads.
Yeah, heavy is the head, man. Yeah, you got to hold people accountable. I think it's fair. Everybody's got their different opinions and stuff like that. It's the game, innit? It's all's fair in love and war. I don't think it's unfair to challenge someone, question them, and hold them accountable to what they're doing. It is what it is. And he's at the forefront of it, innit? So,
if you were an artist still, would you stick to the same genre in which it is that you started? If you knew that there was no competition there anymore and you wanted more variety, more notches on your belt. You want to see how big you can get.
No.
Okay.
I'll do what I want.
Yeah. And he's doing what he wants, basically.
Yeah, you can't knock him. He's been there. He's done it. He's catering to different audiences now. He's doing different things. You know what I'm trying to say? That so he's in a different Just a different playing field. You're trying to say that his rules of engagement are different to you. He's doing different things now. You're trying to say. I wouldn't mind. I'm not that hip hop head that's trenching tradition and talking about everybody has to sound like KRS-One or it's not real hip hop. You know what I'm trying to say?
Did he come across sour and bitter? Disrespectful even?
I would say disrespectful. I wouldn't say sour or bitter because he's a successful person in his own right. You get me? He's got a world passport and thing. He's on a different flow in it. You know what I'm trying to say that. So Drake ain't his competition. So I wouldn't use words like bitter and stuff like that. But disrespectful, yeah.
Why do you think he went for the disrespectful flow?
It was shady. Definitely shady.
I don't know. I think he just got asked the question and he was just. It's not like he just decided to go out on a rant. It's not like he was in his yard and he just turned his front camera around and just started chatting shit about Drake. He's on the interview, innit?
You just didn't want to lie.
He got asked the question and he just told him how he felt. That's what I think.
I think it's an issue there that people, if you don't like somebody that's meant to be popular and whatnot, that automatically that people just think it's like you're a hater. Because I feel like he's within his rights to think Drake makes pop music. But why does that have to be a thing? And why do people have to get nervous to give their honest opinion about an artist? Like the way he was breathing all high and heavy and shit, because he just thought, oh, here we go. Like this is what could possibly come off the back of that. Bro, that's weird.
But the sigh and the why did you ask me that question and then what he went on to say and then the way he said it, it was all a choice, right? And the question was, is he hip hop? And he knows, as a hip hop artist, that it would hit a particular way if he opened his mouth and said, Drake's not hip hop.
Yeah, but I don't think he don't look like he's on a rollout thing. He don't strike me as that kind of person. So obviously there's always a method to someone's madness and why would you choose that verse? But Mos Def don't strike me as the clout chasing, clickbait chasing type.
And it just shows this is what he thinks.
Yeah.
And he's been thinking that way. That's what I'm saying. He knows saying he's not hip hop is going to come across a certain way. And he, in my head, he would have known that this will go worldwide. Because he started by saying, and then he sighed. And then he basically said, it's what is you getting target. He knows that's going to do the wrongs. Don't say that he doesn't.
Yeah, he def does.
The nature of what he said and how he said it, it would have come across to anybody as Gina said, shady.
It's shady
So
and
why do
disrespectful.
this?
Because he doesn't like him.
This is what I'm saying. So say it.
But I don't think
Say
it's... No, but it's not a personal... He don't know Drake personally to dislike him. And I don't think it comes from a place of hate either. It's just that he doesn't like what Drake is. He's old school hip hop.
There
He
you
doesn't
go.
like... He's never been a Drake fan. So he couldn't care less about what I say or how it looks over because I'm not here to protect you and thing and all this because I'm not on what you man are on anyway. And again, Mos Def's on a totally different type of time than what bare people are on, innit? So just disliking someone doesn't mean you're a hater.
Fair enough, but how we came across it was in a shady manner. You're not selling me that you don't have a little hate based on that clip. Especially if it is you're saying that he has done something to this love of yours that you don't like. And in the manner in which it is that he's now compared it to consumerism.
So do you reckon there's bitterness in there? Do you reckon...
That's what I'm asking. I'm just putting it to the panel.
I don't know.
I don't think so, man. I feel like people can't express that. Like people have to like what the majority likes these days. If you don't like that, then it's an issue. I don't think he was bad for doing that. I think he was asked a question in an interview and he answered it. He doesn't see him as hip hop, and that's fair.
And that's why I asked Mark the question.
Yeah.
Is he hip hop? And Mark said, of course.
I believe Drake.
But you know what it is though? It's one of those things where remember I spoke about J. Cole when he said about who was it? Like mumble rap, right? And when he used to think, oh, use the no, it was to do Soulja Boy. It was to do Soulja Boy. And he said how when he first heard Soulja Boy, he's thinking, oh, that's not really rap and that's not da-da-da. Because it's that whole idea about what rap has always been and da-da-da. So when you find someone that's doing different variations and being respected in the same way, I guess your heroes are being respected, you feel like they're kind of watering down what it's meant to be. So for him as a hip hop artist, or whoever his inspirations are, whatever, he's thinking, oh, Drake, Hotline Bling, what are we talking about? Da-da-da-da. Do you get what I mean? So I get that.
There's always going to be growing pains with these new generations when people get onto people like with the mumble rap and whatnot.
That's the thing,
when
man.
you get Airs head, new things sonically, it takes a while to get used to it. And man are saying mumble rap, these men ain't real hip hop and they're not rapping and whatnot. But once you get used to that style of music, bro, and you listen to Future, Kodak Black, Migos, Little Baby, these man got bars. These men are rapping. It's just a different style of. It's just a different style of rap. They're not just mumbling. They're not just going hum. Like they're actually saying stuff. Like no, but seriously, like if you listen to what they're saying, they're breaking it. That's their rhyming patterns and their flow. They're actually saying stuff. Some of them got some cold lyrics. It's just different. You get me? They're just doing the old man thing. Like I said, it's just this ain't hip hop. This ain't hip hop. This ain't right. It's supposed to. That's what I think it is.
Ed said, Brent, two things can be true at once. He can be salty and still give his honest opinion. Accurate, 100%. But say that it's also salty. Don't say it isn't. Do you understand? Now, is there a danger of hip hop changing its coat because of what people like Drake continue to do? Is this what Mos Def is basically saying?
You gotta get rid of times, man. There's too much might change. The Bible changed.
That's the place you went with.
The Bible change. When did the Bible change?
What?
When did the Bible change?
Bruh.
Bruh, me. When did the Bible change?
Huh?
He said bruh. No, he said bruh.
Oh, he said, bruh.
The same thing. Would have worked either way.
I was just thinking about misgendering.
Gender neutral.
Misgendered you. Shit. Sorry.
Nah, he's all right. You said you weren't gonna accept me as a boy. You already did. It's too late. Can't come back now. No, but anyway, just as you were. As you were.
I was listening to like Drake a lot during the weekend because of this whole conversation, and Drake is crazy talented, man.
Yeah, he's dope, man.
Like obviously, I don't like when Izzy puts out stuff that's pop.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But maybe he's just bored.
Yeah.
He's just bored. He's like, what else can I do?
That
'Cause
man's,
he could come tomorrow and like, you want just straight backpack. There you go.
that man's talented, man. He can rap. So I couldn't have to cheat to fix my wife and say he's not hip hop because I've recited him. He can rap.
You know what I nearly looked to do? I nearly looked to make a story on the TDA page with headlines playing, me just to get it. I was like, should I do this or should I not?
We would have had a meeting. We would have had a meeting to take you off the account. HR. The hell? What the hell do you think this is?
It was so funny reading all these people's thoughts and whatnot, and it started becoming a comparison thing. And I'm thinking, what the hell?
Yeah, but there's people trying to rub out Mos Def like they're like the guy can't rap, and I'm like, uncultured swine here. You start talking pure crap about like Mos can rap, man.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here?
Have you seen his new stuff though?
Nah, I haven't. No.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
It's not for me because he's not rapping, innit? He's like singing and stuff. Yeah, you know like how Andre decided to do flutes and whatnot.
That spun me.
Yeah. All right. That's my contribution.
Does Tesco sell Browning?
Browning.
Only if it's
In
got a
the-
big, massive world food.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible.
I love them. All right, well, that's it for me. Let's get into our next headlines.
I actually found a place where I can buy Shadow Benny bandana. I don't know what.
Because I'm looking at you like speaking a different
It's a
language.
herb. It's like a seasoning that you make green seasoning with. And I never thought that I can get it in this country.
Is it?
Yeah, and I just found it, man.
Love that. food.
When it's
so happy.
What
I'll
do you make
do
your
it
green
now.
seasoning with?
Scallions, celery, onions, garlic, pepper. Obviously, I'm going to be using the pepper that I got from Trinidad the other day, as opposed to Scotch bonnet. But if I didn't have that, then I'll use Scotch bonnet. Little vinegar and thyme, Spanish thyme.
I need one of them
telling
little
you,
ninja things. I
I'll
want to make
I'll
one.
make you a little bit, and you put it on any meat, on anything. Whoo-wee!
Oh, make me some.
I will.
I'm trying to make brown stew chicken. I've been craving that for a
So
minute.
brown stew chicken mean just stew chicken.
No, but I'm not Jamaican, so I don't. This is a whole thing.
You know
for
there's a
me.
difference between the brown
It's
stew
not
and the
stew.
stew.
Nigerian stew is different.
What's brown stew chicken?
What'd you say?
Brown stew chicken.
They brown it first.
With what? Sugar?
Yeah.
Wait.
Well, brown
So
and
stew
sauce,
chicken.
no?
Yeah, but no, normally stew chicken, they just stew it.
Yeah,
How do you
us,
stew chicken?
Isn't brown stew chicken like darker?
it is. Yeah, it's brown.
Yeah, like stew chicken.
Yeah, but stew chicken. When I hear stew, mine is red.
Do you
Yeah,
think
yeah,
she's
yeah,
thinking of
yeah.
African stew?
I'm thinking African stew.
Okay, cool.
I don't like that's how it is.
So do you have brown stew chicken in Nigeria?
No.
No,
So it's a what?
stew.
It's
So it's a
Jamaican.
Caribbean thing you're saying?
Yeah.
So I'm saying, so call it the proper name then.
What's the stew? What's the?
Stew chicken.
But it's
Isn't
brown.
it called brown stew chicken?
We don't call it brown stew chicken.
When
That's
I
what
go
I'm
to
saying.
Caribbean shop, it's called brown.
What is browning, you mean?
No, it's actually called brown.
Say brown stew
Stew
chicken.
For
chicken.
y'all.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, but in the Caribbean shop they call it that as well, though.
Not the Caribbean shops I've been to. They say stew chicken.
What do you call it?
Stew chicken.
So why don't they get us
For
familiar
y'all.
with their culture
They do
then?
it for y'all. Your
Not necessarily. We'll accept if it's called stew chicken.
benefit.
Is that the only stew you guys have?
No.
What
Any
stews are there?
stew meat, you use the bloody same process. Any stew meat.
So why is that one called brown then? What other colours are there?
You're asking me why they're doing it for your... They don't talk to me like this.
Yeah, but okay, so what other type of stew chickens are sold? Because it could have just been called stew chicken then.
It is called stew chicken.
I've seen people make stew chicken without browning it first. So that's just stew. That's,
How did they do it?
I don't know.
You basically fry both sides of the chicken for 2 minutes and whatnot. And then the brown comes from like the browning, I guess, and the brown sugar and whatnot.
No. What he said, because I understand that process because it's
Yeah.
the process of stew
Brown
chicken.
stew chicken.
But that process, I want to know about that. I'm
Probably,
not saying it doesn't happen because I
Just
believe
told
it
you what
does.
process is there.
yeah, probably just
brown
without
the chicken
without
on
the
both
sugar,
sides
without
before you cook
without
it.
the sugar and browning it and all that. Just dashing it in and just stewing it. So it's like a.
Don't say
You
it.
fry it. You
Don't
brown
say
the
it.
chicken, because this is what I'm reading, right? You brown the chicken
How?
on both sides,
How?
frying it for 2 minutes, and then you put it into the pot where it then stews up.
Yeah, that's just a normal stew chicken.
So that's how it's stewed. That's how it's browned up.
Oh.
Try to dismiss it because you think I'm Nigerian.
No, because you said you use browning. That's why I said that's the process in which it is that you do stew chicken.
I moved on to.
No, I didn't
browning.
know you moved on because when you said it, I said no, not that, because he had said something else. And
Basically,
I
fry it
don't
on both
use
sides.
browning.
Okay.
I don't use browning. I burn my sugar in
Oh, okay.
in oil.
Okay.
That's how my browning up, because I don't like what they add to the browning, all these additives and whatnot.
Okay.
Also, I don't have
I
to use
couldn't
browning
give
then.
you the that play by play of the ingredient, how you cook it, the instructions. But I was always of the belief that there's like stew chicken and brown stew chicken. I don't know.
Talk to me.
I don't know why.
I believe you can shoot anything, and you don't need
You
to.
can.
You don't need to basically do it the way Trinidadians do it.
Yeah.
Right. So it exists. I
That's
just
what
want to
stew
know
chicken
how
is
it
like.
exists for you, because you're not using this particular term, brown stew chicken.
I know, because my stew chicken is always brown stew
So you
chicken.
call it brown stew chicken.
Huh?
So you call it brown stew chicken.
What colour is your shoes?
It's all the same shit to
It's
me.
brown.
Yeah,
I
I
would
think,
just say stew chicken if I'm honest with
Hmm.
you.
see, I think the other stew, because I've typed in Caribbean stew chicken. It's all brown, bro. And then the ones I reckon is not brown stew is not as brown as the brown stew. Like that one.
That's the brown. You just
But this
don't
is-
you
but-
just don't put too much sugar.
But this is the brown
In that.
stew that I eat though. So it's a different shade of brown.
Yeah, but you can get different levels. You can even get it darker than that. But you're gonna taste a bitterness. Hella bitterness.
Anyway.
Even
Yeah, because
oxtail.
some people use too much browning and they make it black. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't need the brown in there. I might leave out the brown in then. God's going to look for it anyway. I'm bothered.
What?
Do I need the brown
So,
in?
yeah. It's
Well, you said
sugar.
you said you don't use brown.
I
in
don't
sometimes.
use it. I burn my sugar.
Yeah, but I'm gonna use. Oh, okay. 'Cause I'm gonna use brown sugar anyway, though.
Talk to
The
me.
recipe I found, or the recipes, says about using brown sugar and then also using
Also,
browning.
talk to me. Send me that recipe, because if it is that you're burning the sugar in the first place, you don't need extra browning.
No, I think I'm seasoning with the sugar.
Hmm?
I don't know. I'll check. I'll have it. I'll send you the links. I'm trying to eat today though, so you're gonna have to look at it. Look at that. It's happening.
immediately. Yes.
You could do it too, though. What you wouldn't brown the chicken in like what's called brown sugar and thing like that, and then when you're stewing it, add a little brown into it.
No, I'd add water,
Okay.
because with the sugar that I've burnt, it has enough thing in it because I burn it and then I put the chicken in it and then I fry it until all around the chicken is covered in the consistency of brown I want, and then you put water in it and you put the cover on it. Let it stew it.
Yeah, I'm seasoning the chicken with the brown sugar.
I beg you, send me that. I don't want to.
It's her mum's recipe as well. So
season with brown sugar. I don't know what that means.
as in I put it all in the bowl.
When she's putting her seasoning on
When I
it,
put it in the
she's
bowl.
gonna put the brown sugar.
I hear that. I hear you
Well, I've got
saying
two.
that.
I'll send both.
Because you know the brown is sugar in it.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah. It's burnt sugar with other stuff in it.
I'll let you guys know how it works out.
Yeah, I will.
I'm not here tomorrow, you know
That
why.
book right up there. I'll show you the recipe.
Was there a recipe in there?
Yes.
Oh,
Stew chicken.
I might go with that one then. That's
Yeah.
It's like a very trustworthy book.
It is. This is the best book in the Caribbean.
Oh, yeah, you said actually.
That's
Yeah,
true.
well, let you know how it works out.
Mm-hmm.
Wish I thought about this yesterday though. Because now I've got seasoned chicken. Crap. Anyways, let's get into our last headlines for today.
I got some nice pepper seasoning for you.
Oh,
I'm
I
telling
can
you.
use for my brown stew.
Yeah.
That- my stew.
Add it for your chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Oh, good. I'm
Yeah.
so hungry already. Oh, this is... What was that? Oh,
That was
people.
People's Journal.
Okay, so this is sad actually, very very sad. So trigger warning of death and kidnappings and such. All right, so one of the 6 sisters abducted in Nigeria's capital Abuja over a week ago has reportedly died in captivity, sparking outrage in the country. Unknown gunmen invaded the residence of the family in the Buhari area of Abuja and shot 3 police officers before kidnapping the sisters and their father. One of the sisters, identified as Nabia, a university student, was reportedly killed by the abductors on Friday night after the family failed to pay a ransom of $63,000, which is basically £50,000. A relative who has been involved in rescue efforts told Daily Trust News website that the kidnappers have handed over Nabia's body to the family. The abductors warned that they will kill the rest of the siblings if the ransom, which they have increased to $104,000, would not be paid by Wednesday, the relative said. 2 of the 3 injured policemen hit by bullets during the kidnap have also reportedly died. That's so sad. Police said all hands are on deck to rescue the victims without confirming Nabia's reported murder. That's sad. And our next one as well takes us to Tanzania, also about people dying from a mine landslide. So 22 people have died following a landslide at an illegal mine in northern Tanzania, officials said. The incident occurred at Nagalita, a mine in Bariadi district, Simiyu region on Saturday, the district commissioner Simon Simalenga said. It occurred after a group of people started mining in an area where activity was restricted due to heavy rains, he told the Reuters news agency. President Samia Suluhu Hassan expressed her great sadness at the news. These fellow Tanzanians were small miners in the area, trying to earn a living for themselves, their families. This is what she said on a post on X, formerly known as Twitter. Mr. Simalenga said he was initially told that there were 19 to 20 people trapped in the mines, but that 22 bodies ended up being retrieved. So depressing. That's so sad. And then our last headline for today. So rats make me itch. It's about rats. I was thinking, gosh. Okay. A giant rat invasion is underway. Ugh, this is actually making me itch. A giant rat invasion is underway as oversized vermin are driven into people's homes by cold weather and flooding. Britons have been warned to keep an eye out. Britons have been warned to keep an eye out for the rodents after an infestation caused in part by delayed bin collections. The British Pest Control Association, BPCA, said it has seen a 115% increase in people seeking advice on controlling rats over the last 90 days. This is so uncomfortable. It is estimated that there could be around 250 million rats in the UK, and cold conditions are pushing millions of them indoors. Natalie Bungay, BPCA's technical manager, said it's common to see an increase in rat infestations during the winter period as rats and mice are on the hunt for warm, dry shelter with access to a food source. So disgusting. That's so disgusting. Anyway, it's time to pay some more bills. Let's get into the reaction.
Before we move on, so the Jamaicans in the chat, the authentic Jamaicans, yeah, they're accurate. There's something called Bronx stew chicken, or at least you all call it Bronx stew chicken in the country in which you were supposed to be from.
You reside?
Yeah, and look, they just they season it with the browning, the sugar, even before they look to put it into the pot.
Is that the one I sent you?
I don't know.
Is that the link I sent you?
I don't know.
Or is it my fork or something?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. That's one.
And
That's the one that
then
got her mum's recipe.
Yeah,
that.
that's the thing.
They do that, and then they do that.
That's how you brown it out.
Yeah, and then they do that.
I'm so excited to eat this. I hope it's really nice when I cook. Actually, it
Then
will
do
be.
that,
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah,
I
cooking.
can't wait to tuck into that.
and then it looks like, ooh, look,
What are them little leaves?
that's time.
Time.
Oh.
You just made me hungry, man. God damn.
Yeah, this looks nice.
I'm so excited to make it.
But this is what stew chicken looks like.
Oh, that's what stew chicken looks like.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's- okay.
So again, I
So it's
guess
the same
in
thing.
Jamaica, yeah,
It's the same
they
thing.
call it
You just
Bronx
go
stew
browning.
chicken.
Fair.
If you're authentic Jamaican,
Well, I'll let you know how it works out for me.
cool. But they put sugar and browning in it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to you. Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
it's very sweet, isn't it?
I guess it depends on how much you put.
I mean, I'll have it with some broccoli and stuff, so that kind of works out.
Boy, I'm going to the source next week. Anyway, so
Really?
hey, I'm going to the source.
That's so
To
funny.
get it in. I can't wait to consume.
I think I'm gonna watch all of your stories, man.
I think I'm gonna post because I never engage. When I go away, I always
do it, man.
compartmentalize. I look off, but
Yeah.
I might vlog. I might share the experience with you
Yeah,
guys. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh shit! A reaction.
Yeah, we hasn't pressed that yet.
Yeah, I've been seeing
Have you
like-
pressed it?
Not yet. I've been seeing men on rafts rubbing girls' bum with soap.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, in Jamaica.
Yeah,
Soap
pretty much.
boys.
Soap
I was thinking
boys.
if- I was
Is
thinking-
that what they're called?
It's mud.
I might
Right,
go.
but- Soap boys.
Soap. It's mud.
I might go.
To
The
get
water
your
after.
You get your cheeks rubbed
No,
by
I'm gonna
the
be a.
soap boys.
No, I'm gonna join for the day.
or be an employee. He's about to do one day and be employee of the month.
You can get some fake dreads though, right?
You get the hat.
And then don't talk too much. She's like,
Mm.
Yeah, there was a whole conversation about that the other day. They
Yeah,
were
we
basically
spoke-
talking about
we
is
spoke about it.
prostitution, is this, is that, and like the sex tourism and whatnot.
The girls be going hard as well, just letting the man them rub them up, boy.
I beg you do it, but don't tell anybody. And then we will see somebody put a clip up doing that, eating pineapple, and then you're just there.
I tell you now, I could not see that. I could not see that. Of all the things in my life I could not see that.
See, I need to see if I can stage it now. I'm gonna have to speak to someone and be like, "Look, I need this content.
Chat to someone.
you need to let me do this. That'd be funny.
Make it happen, Mark. Make it happen.
All right, then. Well, welcome to the reaction, where I read out our sports headlines. We had some Prem games go on the weekend. Decent round of football, to be fair. Saturday, Chelsea beat Fulham 1-0. Man City beat Newcastle 3-2. Kevin De Bruyne came off the bench, equalised, and then set up the winner.
You watched the game?
Yeah. It was a barnstormer. It was proper stuff.
Yeah, De Bruyne, man.
He's different, man. He's back now.
He is, but it was written, right?
Mm.
It was written that you're just gonna come back and do that particular thing, and look what he did. Look at what he did.
Yeah, they're ready.
Cheat code.
Yeah, they're ready now. Sunday, Everton held Villa to a 0-0 draw, and Spurs and Manchester United drew 2-2. So let's get into that then. So it says Tottenham came from behind twice to draw 2-2 and deny Manchester United victory in front of the watching Sir Jim Ratcliffe at Old Trafford. Rasmus Højlund put Erik Ten Hag's team in front with a powerful early effort, but Richarlison headed in the first equaliser, and though Marcus Rashford restored United's advantage, Rodrigo Bentancur levelled again at the start of the second half. Scott McTominay headed over in stoppage time, but neither side could find the winner in an entertaining affair that showcased Ange Postecoglou's passing game and the pace of the home team on their counter-attack. The draw moves United up 2 places to 7th. Spurs missed a chance to overtake Arsenal and stay 5th. Other headline is Kevin De Bruyne marked his return to the Premier League action with a goal and an assist as Man City came from behind to secure a dramatic 3-2 victory at Newcastle. With City trailing 2-1, the Belgian midfielder, who played in the league for the first time since injuring his hamstring on the opening day of the season, came on in the 69th minute and took just 4 minutes and 34 seconds to make an impact, grabbing the equaliser with a fine finish past Martin Dubravka. He wasn't done there as a 32-year-old's magical pass set up Oscar Bobb's injury time winner as City broke Newcastle's heart and snatched all 3 points at St James's Park. AFCON's on as well, guys. I know you don't care. We're gonna, I think, we're gonna have to outsource a AFCON correspondent, innit? Because I don't want to.
But you don't want to not give it its just dues.
You know what I'm trying to say? I need to do my due diligence. I don't want to sell this short. You know what I'm trying to say? This needs a lot of care and attention. So I suppose, I don't know if there's anybody in the chat that feels like they can handle it. You can contact us and we'll sort it out. You get me? Behind the scenes, post-production, he could be our AFCON correspondent.
Tijoke said he's going to call in.
Did he?
Yeah.
All right, then make sure you're on top of things then, man. So yeah, African nations have been going on. On Saturday, Ivory Coast beat Guinea 2-0. Nigeria and Equatorial Guinea drew 1-1. Egypt and Mozambique drew 2-2. And Cape Verde beat Ghana 2-1. Sorry.
Fuck that country.
Stole all your goddamn money.
I was actually going to say it's because actually they offended Gina, you know, they shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, it's
Gina
karma.
said, God don't play by me.
It's karma, innit? So yeah, Shoshone, yeah, tomorrow. The games every day, right?
It should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, call in. Keep us abreast of the whole situation. And our last headline in sports is after Beterbiev destroys Callum Smith. So Britain's Callum Smith's bid to become a 2-weight world champion ended in heartbreak after a 7th-round stoppage defeat by the terrific Artur Beterbiev in Quebec. The Russian systematically broke Smith down to defend his WBC, IBF and WBO light heavyweight titles. He floored the challenger twice in the 7th before 33-year-old Smith corner pulled him from the contest. He maintained his 100% record, having stopped all 20 professional opponents within the distance, and is now targeting a unification fight against fellow Russian and WBA champion Dmitry Bivol. I need a 4th belt. It would mean in this category I have done my work, said Beterbiev, who hopes to become the first undisputed light heavyweight champion in the 4-belt era. And that is the end of our sports news. Let's get it done at air. Let's see what we got here. Sorry, guys. I was so engrossed in our conversation. I didn't do my job. So I have no clue what we're looking at here. Like, none whatsoever. Is there anything to play?
It's loading.
I'm loaded.
CCTV footage of the ex-police officer sentenced after attempted murder. What? Woman who was nearly killed by police ex-boyfriend reveals painful battle to regain a normal life as he is jailed for 16 years. I have night terrors, headaches, and can need 3 naps a day.
That's mad.
Who's done that here? The officer, I'm guessing.
Well, yeah.
Not the dead woman.
When
She ain't dead. It's attempted murder. He nearly killed her.
yeah, it wouldn't be
James
her.
Riley, 28. He's been jailed for 16 years for the attempted murder. I don't know what he done to her. This is not good. Again, though, I suppose they're speaking to
Fed's trying to
feds, basically.
abusing their power, man.
People in positions of power, people who've got a duty of care to look after us, just abusing it. And it's always gyal that make man do foolishness as well. Have you noticed that, Brent, throughout history? some of the downfalls of some of the greatest civilizations has been because of why you rolling your eyes? Huh?
I just think is that the verse you really want to go for? You want to go with?
I'm just saying the downfall of some of the most advanced civilizations in history has been because of women.
But how is her the reason why he wanted to kill her? Is that because he's got crazy in him? You can't make a good guy go mad. You can't turn a good guy crazy.
Yeah, once a good
You
girl's
can't
gone
give
bad,
someone-
she's gone forever.
You can't get someone who hasn't got crazy in them. You can't make them crazy.
Is that true?
It was in there. Trouble was already in there.
He don't look crazy.
Yeah. Put the picture up again.
He look.
He looks like Jim
That man don't look crazy.
from The Office.
This man looks
He
harmless.
does not look like Jim. You'd never
Look
do
at
that
the
to
nose.
Jim. Don't do that to Jim.
Look at the nose.
It's just
That's Jim's nose.
That's not Jim's nose.
That
Jim's
is
nose is
Jim's
bigger.
nose. That's Jim's nose.
Jim's nose is bigger.
Halpert.
Okay. I think crazy
He
men
looks
do
harmless.
crazy things. Same way crazy women do crazy things. No one can make you crazy if it's not already inside you to be that.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
So when
Both
you,
genders.
when you say that, right? Is it that you say they had never manifested it? They've never shown it before because it hadn't been triggered. But when it is, they got with this particular person. That's how. It
Yeah, someone can be your trigger, but
everybody can be crazy. Then you just don't know
not
yet.
necessarily. Not necessarily, because there's people, again, someone can do the same thing. Like, there's people that choose not to attempt to kill their partner. There's people that when they have an argument with their partner, wouldn't hit them, wouldn't do certain things. So I don't take to the excuse of you made me like this. No, it was already in you. Because there's people that don't react the way you react. And as long as there's always people that don't react the way you reacted, honey, it was already in you.
That's so interesting.
And I said that for myself, 'cause I found myself in situations before and I was like, oh, okay, this person triggered that. But again, I was like, oh, interesting. That level of anger was inside of me.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say, oh, you made me like this. I think that's such a crazy thing to say to people.
But before it showed itself and manifested, would you have said that it's in you? Or you were capable of it?
I think there's little there's traits of things that you see. You just don't know how far a trait can go.
You would have said that you were capable of what?
Yeah, because again, it's about how angry you get me.
You understand what I'm asking you?
Yeah, I don't think you understand what I'm saying though.
No, but I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. Like I get it.
Because
I said, you didn't hear what-
no, I heard you. If I haven't been pushed to a particular edge before, I would never believe that I could. Or
Yeah.
it would be a thing for me like, I don't know if it is I could or can't.
Okay,
Because,
yeah. So you can't speak to it. Yeah,
I
that's
can't
fair.
speak to it yet.
Yeah.
Right? But then if it is this person has done this, I'm like, oh, you knew what buttons to press.
Yeah, or, I mean, not necessarily what buttons, but it could also just be how you're reacting to it. So I get you can't speak to how you may react to something. However, if you react to something in a crazy way, you always had that potential. You just hadn't had whatever was that brought out of you.
We're using this example as crazy, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
So with him, for example,
Look at the killer.
He's had something about how it is that he looks at women, maybe like the whole objectifying them.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
That
feel
was
like
his
you're a
gal.
possession and whatnot.
He wanted to try and rekindle the relationship, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. So he's been a creep.
Yeah.
That's how it ended up hurting her.
How about when you look to basically nearly kill somebody in self-defense, or somebody killed your husband or your wife, and in a moment of madness you go and look to kill that person? Is it always in you then?
I just think everyone has a boiling point.
Yeah.
And it takes a situation or a person to trigger that in you. I think everybody has it in them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It just takes a moment.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it could be a person, it could be a thing,
A situation.
It doesn't have to be a person in particular. Do you know what I mean? But you know when they say you never know how strong you can be until strong as that.
Yeah.
It's like that. That's how I see it.
All right.
I saw a video the other day, right? This guy, he went into a house. So he was a pizza delivery guy, and the house was burning, and he went in there. I think you could hear like kids screaming or whatnot. Rescued like 3 kids, right? One of them was like, oh no, like they've still got one sibling in there. This guy went back in there to get the fourth child out.
And he saved all of them.
But if you asked him on a normal day, would you do that? He'd probably be like, oh, no, I'll call now. You don't know things until you're in a position, and that works for good and bad things.
So crazy's in everybody, possibly then.
I think everyone's got a little bit of reactions in there. I wouldn't call it crazy though. Because some people are really crazy. Like that is crazy. Someone wanted to leave you, and then you decide that you rather they were dead than leave you.
Yeah, I
It
was trying
shows
to
where
find
you're
out
at.
exactly what he done to her. They said he attacked her with murderous intent. She was in tried to get induced into a coma in intensive care for a little bit and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
Crazy,
you got
man.
screws loose because that's not. It's the thought of her not being with you. It's like, well, she can't be with me. She can't
She's
be with
gonna be
anybody
anybody
else.
else.
Yeah,
That's
that's
mad.
different. That's not a moment that has taken me there. This is in you.
And that's always been in him. That kind of possessive, because that's possessiveness. That possessive behavior has been with him probably since he came out of the womb.
100%. So you'd have seen traits of
100%.
possessive
Yeah.
behavior.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Well,
I'm glad she survived though.
psychopath, right there. He's definitely done it here. He got 16 years. So
Is he in the UK or America?
UK.
Well, we're out in 8. That's annoying. Yeah.
Well, have fun getting into that. You've definitely done it here, man. Let's get into our outro.
Just a quick
Somebody
one.
sent a question in. Here's a similar topic. In Castaway, the Tom Hanks film, his wife remarries because she presumed he was dead. However, it's not been confirmed he has died. So would you remarry or move on different if it's presumed your partner has died?
That is tough. Have you seen that film?
Have you seen that film? There's a film like
No, I
that.
haven't.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
Tom
there's one
Hanks,
where
it's
they
Tom
all-
Hanks one, and it's Castaway. Where he gets cast away from the. I don't know if it's the plane or the boat or whatever, and he's on the island by himself for enough long. And
Is
then
that the one where like?
then he's got to come back and his gal got a new husband and thing, innit?
Oh, I'm talking about something else. There's
You're
another
talk-
film where they moved ahead in time. The plane was missing
You're
for
talking
time.
about. I watched that. I forgot what it's
and
called.
I
But
can't remember what it's
basically,
called.
the
think we all
plane
watched
disappears,
it.
and then when
Yeah.
they come back, they're still the same, but everyone's moved on like 5 years.
Like,
and
yeah,
then the
like,
girls,
yeah.
he's now with her best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen
Then
that.
he wants to dump the best friend because obviously. So for
Yeah.
them, they want a plane, right? And they thought they just landed today. They'll come from Jamaica or something like that, right? But then when they actually land, everyone's like, "No, you guys been missing
For like
it's
5
for like
years.
8 years, something like that." Yeah, for 5
And
plus
it's
years.
mad because there's twins here. There's a twin brother
Yeah.
and sister, and the sister who was back home, she's obviously grown.
She's a teen.
And the brother is still the same
As he
So
was
they're twins,
yesterday.
But he's like the same. He's like 8 and she's now
Yeah.
like 13, 14.
But they're
or
like, "We saw
15.
you guys yesterday," and they're like, "No, it was this many years ago." And like
Yeah.
her mum is dead, and then her partner moved on,
And now he's with her best friend.
and she's pregnant.
But the reason why that's fucked, yeah, is because for me, for you to go there, that must have been lingering from before.
Yeah, but then people do the whole while we were grieving together. So
Okay.
yeah, get a counsellor.
Don't you find that a lot of people do that though? In grief, come together, like they find a common ground. They miss. I know you're saying like there must have been lingering there and all that, but there's
Nah,
been
I think-
examples where people get close.
I think
after
it's
the fact.
unhealthy. in
I
my
hear
opinion.
it, but it's like trauma bonding.
It's trauma bonding.
And there's other people on this planet, man. Come on.
It's trauma bonding.
But I think
Because you're not keeping my name alive.
in relation
Ain't
to
there something about it that's like you're like obviously you personally you're not gonna feel this way, but you're in the grave now, so it doesn't matter. But I'm saying the person doing it is like they both love you. And the person's holding you down, and they love you so much now they're holding down your
No, that
person. So your
sickens me.
person's good. So someone's got you. You get what I'm
No,
trying
that
to say?
sickens me.
Like your best friend now is
Don't-
with your partner because
Don't sleep with my man in my honour.
everybody's got your best interest at heart. If that makes sense,
Don't
they're both
sleep-
in this.
Do not sleep
for
with
you.
my man in my honor, in my dead honor.
No, it's not just sleeping with him. It's taking care of him. She's looking after him. Like
No.
she's got him.
Because
now.
you know what's always crazy about that situation? That's what happened in the film. Yeah, if I was to come back, you would want to be with me
I
would.
just think it's too
because
awkward
you
and it's
didn't
too
move on from me.
messy.
It's trauma bonding. You didn't get to move on from me and heal from me properly, whatever. So you just went for the next person that was like the next shoulder to cry on. But if I came back, all of that stuff right now is rocky.
So then it's not authentic,
It's not authentic. It's not
in
trauma
my
bonding.
opinion.
What was the person's question anyway?
But would you move on? I think there's a lot of context, so it depends on how many years.
Well, if my partner was
yeah, like where
What-
I'm at in life.
like, I believe that they died.
But there's no like. Obviously, there's no confirmation. But let's say they've been missing for
Yes,
like 10
I'm moving
years.
on.
I'm moving on.
What kind of question is that? Of course I'm moving on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait there for what? As in the body to come and be submitted to me.
How long was it in that show, Rags?
Castaway.
Yeah,
If it's
It was-
3 months,
it was-
actually.
couple months.
What?
It would have been years at least.
Yeah, you can't move on in months.
I can't remember. I want to say at
That's
least.
mad. Waiting for me to die.
I want to say at least 3 years, maybe.
It's not a difficult question to answer.
Why?
3 years is a long
Or
time.
was it
It's a
2?
very long time.
He
It
was gone
is,
for
but
a
it
while,
also
man. He was gone
isn't
for a while. I
long,
can't remember how long it was, but he was gone
Yeah.
for a while.
I think if it's a matter of months, then no. Like I wouldn't move on in a matter of months. People are alive, and I don't mean when it matter of months. How much more if this person actually dies and whatnot, and I don't have closure because there's nobody, there's no nothing. Do you get what I mean? It can't be months. If it's months, I feel like if you move on from somebody in months, you never really like the person.
Can I
care what
ask a
nobody says.
question? Can you have a funeral if there's no like death certificate? You can't, can you?
You can.
Or you can?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Because I feel they'll pronounce them dead, so you get death certificate, but you just won't have a body for the funeral.
Okay.
It's like an honor of them kind of thing.
Okay.
But because they're missing and stuff like that,
But that's what I'm saying. How can they pronounce them dead if...
actually no, I think something like a crash and stuff like that. I feel like the government would just give you, if you want a death certificate, they'll be like, yeah, pronounced dead kind of thing or whatever. But if it's something where like say someone's
gone
missing,
'Cause
they don't do that.
That's
Yeah,
what
they
I'm
don't.
saying. They don't.
So if you have a funeral, it'll be because you want to have a funeral.
But then you never get... I think it depends on you, innit? And if you're a person that needs closure to move on, then
Because it's a scam.
you might not be able to. I don't know.
But at some point you have to move on, man. They would want you to move on. You know, when people would say that, they would want you to move on.
Can
Shut
you
up,
go
man.
to Babalawo and find out if the person's still alive?
People can, but they
Maybe,
would just lie
yeah.
to you.
Oh, wait, the Babalawo's lie.
I don't believe all that stuff is for true. So my opinion is how it
Okay.
is.
Fair enough. Thank you very much. Your question was answered.
Thank you, whoever sent that in. Was that an outro thing? Or you have
Oh,
it?
in the Castaway film, though, he was gone for 5 years and
Ah.
she had like a 4-year-old daughter. So she literally got pregnant the minute he was presumed dead.
Oh, so
For
she
a
a
year.
heathen.
She waited a
Nah,
year.
no. A baby cooks for like 9-10 months. Don't do that to her. Maybe when maybe the conceived baby the night before he left. But it's not you got to move forward again. Maybe she was trauma bonding with somebody else. The baby came out of it.
It's an interesting thing you said, mad though, man. I mean, I impossible for me to Stephen, wife, I can't do that.
See, this is
I can't do that.
no, but this is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, nobody would want to do that.
Come like Abraham and them.
Like nobody should be prepared to do that. And every time you talk, you're talking from a point of view of you being normal and being the person that you are, and instead of putting yourself in that situation. It's not something. It's not a choice that you're making. It's, God forbid, anything that happens. It's like what you're saying. It's that trauma bonding. It's spending that time together all the time and having that same thing in common that you sort of miss, that you sort of draw together, that you sort of keeping alive, and then developing feelings for a person that you're not supposed to. Once you're in that position and it's genuine and you do it, what do? You know what I'm trying to say? So to say, yeah, you can never do it, that's fine. But you like, you have to hope that you're never in that situation, innit? Like, what do you do when you're spending time with someone all the time, constantly? And like what you're saying, like, you're constantly bonding.
But you know
So
what it
you're
is though?
building a
Love is a
relationship.
choice though. Love is a choice. And that's where I feel like it can never sit right with me because love is a choice. You chose to do this. You chose to pursue this.
But what I'm trying to say is, even from the grave looking in, if it's someone that's
On the
got
grave looking in.
yeah, because if it's someone that's got a clean heart, you're not going to be happy about it. But it's like, I know this person, innit?
Did
Like,
I though?
he's-
I did not think you'd be my man.
He or
I'll be real with
she
you.
has got my person. Like,
Nah,
they're
man.
holding them down.
Nah, man.
So you're being a
No.
hater essentially. You would want them to be
Are
happy.
you
You
alright?
would
I'm
want them
being
to
a
be
hater.
yeah, because you
I'm
want them
being a
to
hater
be
because I don't want my friend and my man to link up. Are you hearing yourself?
yeah, but you're not here no more.
There's other people you can be with.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't make me a hater. That makes me a sensible person. That wouldn't do that to you. Being with your person, being with your person, your friend's partner after they've died is mad.
It might not happen straight away. It might take all that 4 or 5 years.
Nah, man, I don't care if it takes 20 years. You'd keep your mitts off my man. I want him to move on and have several other marriages, just not to you. That's wild.
I'm not saying I'm pro it, but I hear it.
Nah, man. I'm deaf to that. I hear shit.
Especially if the friend was a better husband, partner,
That's even worse.
father
That's
You know what I'm
worse.
saying?
than the previous.
Do you know why it's
scumbag.
worse?
You
Do you know
feel
why it's
me?
worse here? Because it's what Gina said then. It must have been lingering before I died. So while I was with him, you're thinking I can
No.
treat him better. I'll be a better wife than you are.
No,
And as soon as I died, bang, you went to my marital bed. Nope.
that's not how
That
it
marriage
works.
is cursed.
If you was like,
I think that's a deep thing, man.
it is a deep thing. Like
It's so
people,
deep.
like couples that age together and then people go through illness and stuff like that, and then people know one's gonna go, innit?
Mm-hmm.
They not. Some of them will take comfort from knowing that someone's gonna look after you when I'm gone. Like
Yeah,
you've
but
got.
look after you, but not like marry you.
Yes,
after you
like,
as
yes,
check
like
in on
marry
you.
him. No, marry
No,
him.
you can check in on him.
Chop him.
No.
Like, pattern him up.
No.
So you just want him to be this
I
there, blue
will
balls for the rest of his life.
No, because again, there's other women in the world. That's not the only woman that's in the
These
world.
crosses gad that you can't trust, that you don't know. You need someone that you know their heart and their intentions. This is a
Listen.
good woman.
Once I die, if that's the case, I will do whatever it is I can to make sure that I haunt you every single day of my life, of my eternity. And that's the Iman fact. I will absolutely make sure. I think that's so deep. I think that's such a deep thing to do. All the people in the world, and you just had to be with the man that I lost, that I couldn't be with.
How about if it's your first husband? And you died when it is that you got with a second husband.
Personally, I think it's weird being out with your friends' exes, man.
But you wouldn't haunt them, right?
No, because I already moved on anyway, so
There you go.
don't matter.
So she agrees, kind of.
I don't agree somehow. No, I don't.
Technically.
No, not technically. I think it's deep to be your friends' exes, man. I think there's so many people in the world, and again, love is a choice. I see love as a choice for you to intentionally do something like that. No,
There's
man.
intentions, man. I think if it's done out of skullduggery, then it's obviously as bad and it's fuckery, isn't it? But if it's happened unintentionally, it was accidental. And,
That's what people say.
and
It's
people's hearts
it's an excuse
are,
not to take accountability
people's
for your
hearts
actions,
are
bro.
pure and clean. I would look at it.
People always have to say, "Oh, I fell in love," or "Oh, it didn't mean to happen." You're a liar. You meant that shit. Love is a choice. You don't just accidentally fall in love with somebody. You are aware that when you're around them now, you had to do pitter patter. You're very aware. You should have stopped seeing them then. On account of violating me in my grave.
No, man, that's not true. There's friends that have fallen in love with each other that there wasn't nothing
I
underlying.
guarantee you, they knew when it was happening. They knew the first time this person came around you and your stomach felt away, you knew what territory you're going into. You cannot just wake up and just be in love with somebody.
Like that straight away.
Nah, man. And then you start changing the way you do things for them on account of, oh, because I like them, I'm going to be more tender. Nah, man. So I don't buy that personally, but yeah. Maybe never lose our partners suddenly. That's the prayer.
Why does everyone keep saying love is a choice?
Because love is a choice.
Of course it is.
It's not.
Of course it is.
You can't choose who you love.
You do.
Sorry,
you can choose who you don't love.
You said that you don't ever see yourself getting married, right?
Mm.
I take that also to mean you don't ever see yourself getting with a long-term girlfriend. Do you understand? The whole title is neither here nor there. So you would choose that particular longevity of that particular relationship. You would choose not to do it long because you just want to be.
That doesn't mean that I'm not in
You
love.
would choose not to work on something if it's inconvenient for you.
That doesn't mean I'm not in love.
No, but you choose to do it. Nobody's saying that you're not in love. You said it's a choice.
You can't choose who you love.
Of course you can.
You can't. You don't choose who you fall for.
You do.
Of course you can.
You don't. You
do.
don't.
What do you define as falling for?
Huh?
What do you define as falling for? How do you define it?
How do you define it?
You're so
define it?
Nigerian, you know. When they ask you a question, he always is like, huh? What do you mean? To get time to think.
His brain's working. It's fine. It's fine.
It's a Nigerian man thing.
If you fall for someone, you fall for them, innit? Get swept off your feet. It happened out of the blue. So it's not intentional. It's something that was in some kind of communication.
Some people get got.
And then, then you just get got.
So when you say
and you
swept
just
off
fell.
your feet, what do you mean?
No, sweeping off your feet is a bit different because that's when someone comes in and sweeps off your feet. But what I'm trying to say is you could be around someone in close proximity and then realise that you love them.
When you say love, what do you mean?
Like Gina.
This is a way to distract me.
Now, why am I in it?
We were just around each other. We were just working, and then one day she woke up and she realised she loves me.
No, I did not.
See, she can't control this. She didn't choose this. You think this is what she wants?
I don't think Gina loves you.
I don't. First of all,
At all. She might be interested in everything that you are, but she ain't love you. How do you define love, man?
How do I define love?
Yeah, man.
I don't know. I've never been in love, so I don't know.
There you go. Let's shut it down. So if they're saying that love is a choice, say it, I'll sit this one up because I don't even know what love is.
No.
Even participate in the conversation.
No, you can't pick. I don't think you can pick. You can't.
You don't even know what it is.
You can't pick who you love. It's like Cupid's got to come and shoot you in the face with an arrow. That's what happens. You can't pick it.
Oh my goodness. This is It speaks to a lack of discipline, I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah. Because the same feeling that you can feel for somebody that you see that you're in proximity with, got a lot of these boxes ticked in this annex, you can feel that same way when it is you go to Jamaica for those 8 days. I can guarantee you. And that would be fresher. Fresher.
So it might be fresh love.
And you will have to decide whether it is that you go on dip or abstain.
I'm abstaining.
Oh, man, never mind. Sorry, Esther.
That's all right. All right, people, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. As always, we got our researchers every single time. Please like the video before you come out of it. Subscribe to the channel as well. Drop in your timelines, share it, all that great stuff. Follow us on the social media platforms as well. The Day After TNB on Instagram, Twitter, and on TikTok. And we have shorts that come up on there. So please share those as well to your stories and stuff like that. Also, if you want to send your dilemmas in via text message or via phone, the number is 075-6484-1073. If you want to send dilemmas in or you want to inquire about the show or feature on the show, the email address for all of that great stuff is thedayafter@thenewblack.com. Have a great Monday, and we'll see you guys back here tomorrow.
Peace.